All right. Last time that we met, um, you guys had some plans for your days of heading to the merchant ship, the Rhybohr, and hopefully catching a ride to Kilima Island eventually. But upon some conversations with the captain of the Rhybohr, Captain Beryl, and his mate Tawny, it seemed like you guys were not going to get such a direct route there, and especially not at a super affordable cost. Captain Beryl let you know that things were going to cost you somewhere between 250 to 500 gold, depending on where you guys were going to go. So you guys took some time to have a conversation to discuss your options. You threw around some ideas, like how you were going to scrounge up some gold, potentially robbing one of the pirate ships that you had seen on the docks known as the DayZee, of which you guys had previously killed some members after they had accosted you guys in the alley and demanded that you give up the Ingnasian, Ulrich.
It was self-defense.
You guys decided to spend your days doing a variety of things. You guys went to the Crooked Tower and met the mage who lived up there named Iharad, who had a conversation with Leo about his connections and explained to him about the life force of the world, something called the Oxidus root. Pancho got a shark. Ulrich headed to the Ignasian side of the island to get some news from the Empire. And then you guys regrouped. You'd gotten an invitation from the captain of the DayZee inviting you guys for dinner. Not exactly sure what it was going to entail. You guys headed over to the DayZee and had dinner with Captain Albert. At the dinner table, she encouraged you all to take a bump of the drug bone dust, of which you all took a little bit. Some of you had different reactions than others, Poncho having a particularly bad time with this drug. And Captain Albert basically told you guys that she wanted you to fulfill the spots of the crew that you killed, that she needed help to bring a shipment to Grok, which was the complete opposite direction that you guys were heading. But you guys decided maybe it's okay to take this on. A nothing to lose type of mentality. She also made some threats against you guys. And you guys eventually headed off to sleep that night. Maybe some conversations amongst yourselves, but that is where we begin this session. You guys are all within the lower deck of the DayZee, being rocked by the light waves in these like hammocks, except for Ulrich, who is sleeping in the stables with his horse Sunflower. I will say, was there anything else that you guys wanted to do in this night before we go forward to the next day?
I'm good. I'm sleeping off my drug problem, so I'm good.
Yeah, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. I think Ulrich's going to be a bit, sort of a little bit more standoffish now that he's in enemy territory. So
on a pirate ship,
maybe sleeping with one eye open type of thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
When Leo returns to is brought to the place where they sleep, to the hammocks, where Gwyn was already resting, he took his amulet back from her, which he had given to her previously.
Yes.
And I don't know if there's something else going on in the morning, but for the sake of continuity, we would have had our talk the next morning, if nothing else is happening.
Sure.
That
The next morning?
we had off stream. Yeah.
Okay, you would have the opportunity to have it this night as well, if you like.
No.
Yeah, we can just say we had it this night. I think we can swap
just to end off the
activities.
day. You guys could have had this in the lower deck, and then Ulrich would have gone off to the stables to sleep, and yourself and Gwen finding some rest as well. What about you, Poncho? You had a very bad time with the bone dust.
I don't think he's particularly going to be up to doing much right now because he had that bad of a time.
Okay, sounds good. So,
Also, sorry, real quick. I made sure Poncho was okay, right? Like I left him. He was
You
going to
checked
be
on
okay with the
him.
night's sleep. Okay.
yeah, he eventually came down, though he did say that he just wanted to kind of KO.
Cool. I just want to make sure he wasn't in danger or anything.
Yeah. Sheev, actually, will you roll a d10 for me, please?
Yes, I will. Let's do this. 9.
Okay. You guys wake up the next morning to the thunderous sound of rain pounding down onto the surface of the ship. You guys all kind of wake up a little early in the morning, but when you wake up, all of the hammocks are emptied around you. What would you guys like to do?
If I'm on the lower deck of the ship with the stables and the horses, I would probably be quite reluctant to leave, but keeping an eye out and an ear out for sort of what's going on around me.
Okay. You can hear, just with your passive perceptions, all of you can hear the ship being ready to sail or potentially already sailing. You'd have to go up to the top deck to see.
Are we all together? But so we're like in the similar area besides Ulrich, right?
Yeah. So the lower deck, like Ulrich is over on the one side with Sunflower, but the hammocks are on the other side. So you guys are within still the same level.
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
cool. I'm gonna go ahead.
No, is it just us lot then? Everyone else all the other pirates have
Make a
bunkered up
perception
upstairs.
check.
23.
Ooh, very nice.
Ooh.
You hear kind
That's
of
a nat 20.
It is.
Yeah.
Natural 20. First roll. You hear like the skittering of mice eating at some crumbs around the base of the ship here, within the hay behind you. And you kind of peer through, trying to make sure you are alone, and you do see a gnome kind of in the middle of this level by the stairs, mopping. And it all seems very purposeless because they're putting water down, and then there's water kind of coming down the stairs because it's raining.
All right. First thing I'm gonna do is check on Poncho. I'm gonna go see how Poncho's doing. I know he had a rough night last night, so I'm gonna kind of get up, stretch out real quick, and before I do anything else, walk over to find him.
Okay. Poncho, when you wake up this morning, you feel like crap, and you feel like all that is going to make this feeling go away is if you have more of that little white powder that you had yesterday.
That's rough, buddy.
I'm gonna look over towards my buddy. Okay, so hey, look around, make sure there's nobody else listening aside from you right now, Jack. Pull you in nice and close. No, get any more of that dust. Does some good stuff, right?
I didn't have the best time with it. You didn't
threw up
seem
a little
too
bit.
great. Yeah, it didn't look like it treated you that well. Are you sure you want to do this?
Yeah, most likely, yeah.
Okay. Look, right? I don't have much
I'm
experience.
looking.
with
Where am I
drugs.
looking? Where?
I'll be fully honest here. There's nobody down here. It's just us, right? Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
I want to know if you're okay. Because again, I had to hold back those little ear flaps you got and the little wings and antennas while you were throwing up last night, and it was not a pretty scene.
It was like being in a field of daisies. I can barely remember it.
Insight check, please.
He's not lying.
Yeah.
He can barely remember it because he was throwing up for most of it and kind of just not.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
You do. I mean, you remember, but it is kind of like a fog for sure.
Yeah. Hey, look. Like I said, it looked really rough. What you do is your own thing. My advice will be to not take any shit, and I would not take any of that stuff again. Drugs are bad, and people get put in holes with that stuff, and it's really not pretty. But I assume if you want more, you could talk to the captain because she's the one that gave it to us. So if you really want more, you can talk to her. But I
really
strongly
like
recommend that you don't do
I
anymore.
don't really like her, so if I didn't have to go to her, that wouldn't be a.
I mean, I have no idea where to get it, and I'm not going to enable you. But like I said,
like a very, well-connected guy. You got a nice head on your shoulders. Pat him on the shoulders, like.
Yeah, but not when it comes to
right.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not going to enable you. This is something that you're going to have to do on your own. This is a journey that you're going to have to go on your own pace and your own time. But like I said, I highly recommend not taking any more of that terrible shit.
Okay. I'll give you like very not quite ready to hear that answer. He's gonna go on off on his own for now, kind of look around the ship, get to know people. Maybe there's someone else he can meet.
I'm going to go back to my little area, and I'm going to spend like an hour or so taking notes from the previous day, how things went, what everybody's doing, kind of orient. Out of curiosity, sorry to be this guy again. Did we wake up late? Or because we were all kind of on drugs?
Yeah.
Or did we
Yeah, you woke up a little bit late. You estimate, you kind of take a moment and sit and you think about the hours that have passed and you check your notes, probably about 9 o'clock.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'll spend about an hour taking notes and stuff in my little kind of area.
Sounds good. Valente, what are you up to getting out of your hammock?
I'll fall out of my hammock more than get up and run straight to the deck as I can and throw up overboard as I am very sick from the rolling of the ship, the rocking, and just terrible night.
Okay, sounds good. You gracefully, not so gracefully, tumble out of your hammock and head up to the deck, upper deck. Just pause. We'll get Liv set up here. Can someone put in the chat for her to number herself 8?
Yes.
Can someone do that for me?
Liv, number yourself 8.
That's a nice chat.
Oh, is she in here? Sorry, I thought she dropped out.
Yeah. No, she can hear us.
Can you just mansplain the DM if she could hear us, young man?
Mansplaining.
I'm going to change this here as well.
Sparky, mansplaining is when a man describes a simple concept.
All right.
Hi, guys.
Hey,
Hi.
Can you change your?
okay?
I don't know if you heard this. Can you change your number in front of your name to an 8, real quick?
You've been demoted because of your emergency.
That's right. That's right.
Go from 1 to 8.
Punish.
Jesus.
Absolutely unforgivable.
Everything okay?
Yeah, it's okay.
Are you sure?
Yes, yeah, sorry. Not trying to be cryptic. It's just
For now. It's okay for now.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's okay.
All good. Happy you're here now.
glad I could make it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, 8. God, I promise it won't happen again. Please don't put me lower.
Okay.
Next session, you're 13, 24.
Lower.
Hey,
I think
13 is
the
my
next-
lucky number.
I think the next lower is out. Doesn't get any lower than 8.
Oh, webcams.
We actually didn't start until about 10, 15 minutes ago,
Yeah,
believe it or not. So
You
don't
really
worry, you
didn't
haven't
miss that
missed.
much. You guys
We're
just woke up.
just waking up. Yeah.
You've
You
missed.
didn't wait too long for me, did you? Or like
No, it's all
anything like
good.
that?
It's all good. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, we're all adjusting.
You missed.
A
You missed
reasonable amount of
Ulrich.
time.
You missed Ulrich scowling and
What's new?
Valenti falling out of her hammock and Poncho on a fucking drug hunt.
I would never do anything
Exactly.
like that.
And there's also
so,
a kraken attacking the ship. No, I'm kidding.
oh, and
Okay.
not
Okay.
yet. Yeah. Valente, as you come up to the upper deck to vomit, like first of all, you just have this, tunnel vision of just going and vomiting, getting this out of your stomach. You do that. You guys are already at sea. As you kind of take a look around, you can make a perception check.
Dude, I'm feeling fucking. Maybe my guard's up because I'm surrounded by rapscallions, but my perception is popping tonight.
It's popping.
Your perception
gonna get by ya.
popping.
Mhm.
Okay, 13. You see the crew on this upper deck kind of making sure that the boat is set up for this journey. It is pouring rain, which actually feels a little refreshing after the night in the humid hammock and coming off of bone dust. You do not see Captain Albert anywhere. You do see a man who appears to be kind of directing people. He's wearing like a leather duster and he's relatively short. He's got hair that is gray and like down to his shoulders. And he is wearing a eye patch.
Mm. Does he look like a bit of an authoritative figure?
Yeah, he's kind of yelling at other people on this upper deck. He's yelling at some of the other crew to get their shit together.
Mm-hmm. So, there's no way in hell Ulrich would go to speak to him. So I'm gonna will the party to chat to this interesting fella.
The rest of you are still below deck, kind of within your hammocks. Poncho, are you coming out? You said you were going to come out to meet some people. You kind of flutter up. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was gonna. I'll look around, see if anyone in the crew really sticks out. Maybe anyone noticeable. I don't think I'd really have a spot that'd be good for me to help step in.
Yeah.
So.
When you come up to the upper deck, you see what Valente has seen. I'll get you make a perception check. And anyone else who wants to come up to the upper deck can make a perception check.
I'm sorry, I thought that was my check to come up to the upper deck.
That was below deck, where you saw the gnome who was mopping.
Yes, yeah. Okay, sorry, that's my bad. I'll make another one for
14.
20.
Yeah, I'm gonna be downstairs, below deck until someone comes and like grabs me, but like for like an hour, maybe 2, depending.
21.
Okay. Poncho, when you come up to the upper deck, same thing. It's pouring rain. It's not good for the butterfly wings. You're feeling like, I want to get some more of this bone dust. You see this man in the leather jacket who is kind of yelling at people. He doesn't look super friendly or approachable, but he does look like he kind of knows what's going on here. Ulrich and Gwyn, as you come up the stairs to get to the upper deck, the stairs stop off at like a loft and they go forward. It branches out to what you assume would be the captain's quarters. There's a door. It is closed. It is locked. But both of you can hear talking. You can't quite make out the words, but you can hear that there's conversation going on over there.
Ulrich's going to look at Gwen and sort of nod, and then nod to the door, and then sort of move to keep an eye on if anyone is coming, sort of down to where we are, or where we are.
Okay. I'll nod back at Ulrich and move towards the door. And if as I get closer, can I hear anything clearer?
With that roll, I mean, you get certain words, but the wood of this door seems pretty thick. Seems like it is a door that is meant to keep people out. You hear gold. You hear lost souls. You hear war pig.
Like, I'm very sorry. Can I just get what's the situation going on like around the ship? What exactly is?
Like, so you guys are kind of on a lofted area between the lower deck and the upper deck. And here there's the captain's quarters. There's the door that leads to where the captain sleeps. Above deck, it's pouring rain. You guys are sailing. You don't really know exactly how far out you are from Port Surak until you go upstairs and get a better view. The lower deck below you is where the hammocks are, where the stables are, where the crew slept. On the other side of this loft is where the dining room where you guys ate yesterday is.
Okay. Look, did Ulrich hear these as well, since he rolled high as well?
I wouldn't have thought so.
Just you. You stepped a little bit closer to the door.
Okay. Ulrich is still like keeping watch, I assume.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I'm gonna reach forward and try and open the door.
Okay.
Spicy.
You go for the door. You try the handle. It's locked. What's this? War pig. Pig. P-I-G.
And after we've done
Make
this,
a stealth check, Gwen.
Okay. 13.
You try the door. You kind of jangle it. There's the voice stops, and then you hear the clicking of boots. Door opens. Captain Albert is standing there. She looks at you. She is in the same robes as last night. She looks like she hasn't slept. She says, "Can I help you?"
Is there anything we should know?
Anything you should know? Well, seems like you are prepared to get it, whether you should know it or not. Why don't you head upstairs? I'm sure Haggard will give you some work.
Okay. Haggard, I'm assuming, is the guy with gray hair and the eye patch.
She closes the door. And you hear it locks.
Okay. I'm gonna look at Ulrich, shrug, and go up to Haggard.
Sounds good. You guys head up to the upper deck and just get absolutely soaked.
As we head up, I will lean in and say, "What did they say?"
Something about gold souls and a pig?
And so trying to
make a history
make
check,
sense
Ulrich.
of it. I've got proficiency in it for a reason. Yes, 23.
23. Very nice.
Another nat 20.
20.
Another
Let's
nat 20.
go.
God damn.
You know immediately what she's talking about. She's
Okay.
talking about War Pig, a notorious traitor, smuggler, general ne'er-do-well, who functions somewhere between Ingnasian and pirate, has several connections on both sides, and his headquarters are rumored to be on an island of lost souls.
Hmm.
You don't know the exact location of the island, but you know it is somewhere within what would be considered Ingnasian territory. That's why you know about him.
Okay, awesome. And I will keep that to myself.
Sounds good.
I'm just gonna, oh, okay. And then head up to the deck. Well, I probably will sort of loiter in the shadows of the stairs, by the way. This would be quite a stressful situation for Ulrich, so it will sort of lurk.
Sounds good. You guys up on the deck. The crew is working, but they're not particularly like stressed out or sweating. Quite a few of them are taking bumps of bone dust, smoking potweed. A few of them are drinking. 9:30 a.m.
Yeah, I'm just gonna lurk. I would not want to interact.
What do the rest of us want to do? Leo?
Leo's currently trying to hide from work. Because he just got here on ship and worked on the ship for a number of days and was exhausted during the entire last day. And now after this drug party, he was probably sleeping in and just trying to stay in his hammock for as long as possible until somebody gets him to work, because they already know that he has the experience. So he expects that he's gonna be asked to do something, and right now he just wants to not do that.
Sounds good.
But he will probably grow tired after 20-30 minutes, and then sneak around the ship and try to find some hidden stashes, like hidden places. As
Make
in
an investigation check.
nooks, and I would also cast detect magic. I would activate my magic site if anything of the cargo the ship's carrying, or anything of any items at all on board of the ship are magical.
Okay.
And I make an investigation check. Because of I don't know how you want to handle this with the ability checks, but technically if I fail it, I can use my amulet, but I don't know if I.
What did you roll?
I haven't checked yet. I rolled actually pretty good, a 17 plus 1, so 18.
Okay. As you kind of look through the ship, there is another deck lower than where the hammocks and the stables are. That appears to be storage and crates, and you do find something magical on this level. It looks like mostly food and rope and additional ship supplies. But you find a hatch on the floor, and the hatch has a lock, and the lock is magical.
Fun. And is there a regular, would Leo know that there should be another lower floor?
You know that there is definitely
sort of a secret cellar situation.
Sorry?
Or would this hatch lead to a secret nook?
It's hard to say what it is, like, just by looking at the hatch door. I mean, it probably is a place that more things are kept. Doesn't seem like there's enough room for another deck below.
Okay.
Oh, and I will also say the cannons are on the same level as the loft area.
As where Leo's currently, the cargo and stuff?
You're on the lowest level with the stores. Yeah.
Okay.
If you map it out, you've got the storage, you've got the sleeping quarters in the stables, and then you have captain's quarters over here, like off of a kind of a bridge, and then you have the dining area, and on either side of that, there's the cannons. So it's like the second level of the ship has like, it's almost open, like you could fall right through to the bottom deck if you wanted to because of the way the stairs are set up. And the cannons are only accessible like if you go out and around to get to them.
Okay. Okay, yeah, he'll just keep that in mind that that's there, and then probably head back up towards the room with the hammocks, where I presume Jack is chilling in a corner.
Sheev is there taking some notes.
Yeah. When I finish what I'm doing, I'm gonna, which is just kind of right now, it's going to recap of the last day. I'll put all my thoughts into a couple of strands, put them in my bag, as I usually do, and then I'm going to look for Gwyn or Leo, whoever's closer, and try and find some direction. Yeah. Hey. Yeah. Hey, what's up?
Yeah, morning. I just found something interesting.
Okay. Shoot.
Is any like of the crew around at this point?
Sorry, what? Is that a question for me?
Yeah, if any of the crew are around us at this point.
There's a gnome mopping by the stairs.
Is he like in earshot?
Seems like if you go to like the other side of the lower deck, he might not be able to hear you.
Okay, I try to tell him sneaky, like stealthily, silently, quietly.
Okay.
Down below in the cargo hold, there's a trap door. There's a ledge in the ground, and it's hidden first of all, but even more so, it's locked magically.
Okay.
This may be interesting to know. I'm curious about it, definitely.
Yeah,
and
me too.
I can't say that I have experiences with magical locks, but I don't know. Maybe you or Valente?
I know of magical locks and know how. I don't currently have the method required to get around magical locks. It's something that we went over in school. However, that was quite a long time ago, and I haven't quite kept that, in the forefront of my mind. I'm good with non-magical locks, but for magical ones, I'd have to do a little more studying for that. Valanthe might. To be honest, though, I don't know how much she was the roguish type through school, so something like getting around locks might not necessarily be her area of expertise per se.
I will ask her about it, but so you say that you are quite capable of opening locks, yes?
Mm-hmm.
How come? This is interesting to me.
You pick things up here and there.
It seems like you pick things.
Yeah. I found myself in a couple of sticky situations when I was a kid, and picked up the skill out of necessity.
Yeah. We've spoken before, but it seems that there are still quite some mysteries left. This is interesting.
There's a lot of layers, but learning how to pick locks is certainly a skill that's helpful in many different places. A lot of my magic is geared towards being as helpful as possible, and while it doesn't require magic, good old-fashioned lock picking is a good way around some of the some locked doors, some barriers to entry.
True, but I think this will not help us with that lock. But I'll ask when.
Unfortunately, no. But like I said, give me some time.
What's your passive?
I can do some studying and I can figure it out.
Sheev.
My passive deception,
Your passive
15.
insight, Leo.
Passive is in just 10 plus the score?
Yes.
Plus the skill? My passive insight? 9.
Okay.
Yeah, my passive deception is 15.
Sounds good. That is all.
But anyway, I want to talk to you also as well. This is information that I can use later. This whole trapdoor business, but I don't know dick about sailing. And while I don't appreciate being drugged, I genuinely think that is a rude way to treat guests. I would like to at least contribute somewhat as to not be thrown overboard, because I don't think I'd do very well with that. So what can somebody like me, and I'll kind of point to my very thin arms and thin frame, what is someone like me, what can I do to help out on the ship to make myself somewhat useful? You know more about sailing than I do.
I mean, you are an intelligent person, right? You have studied.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Maybe you could help with mapping.
That's actually, yeah, that's something I could definitely do. I have a pretty good memory as well, so.
But the muscles usually come with the time. I mean, I'm not the strongest either, but you're always good still to scrub the deck. You don't need much strength for that.
I mean, it's a little beneath me, to be honest, but
it's beneath you. Okay.
If that's what it takes, I'll do it. But somebody with my level of intelligence shouldn't be.
I recommend one thing, and you say, "Oh, I'm not gonna do that."
Oh, I said I could help with mapping and stuff, but I think with the intellect and memory of mine, I think scrubbing the decks is a bit, not necessarily the best utilization of my skills.
It's a big ship. By the time that you've gone through once, you have to remember which spots haven't been cleaned yet. So,
a jokester. Okay, all right. I'll go grab a bucket.
But ask the captain.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look for the captain. To see what I can contribute.
Sounds good. You come up from the sleeping quarters. You see the same area, this loft area. You can see the one closed door on this ship. You figure it's probably Captain Albert's quarters.
Cool.
Poncho, are you talking to anyone in particular on the upper deck? You said you were looking around for some connections.
Poncho's looking out for them beautiful ladies. The most beautiful pirates on the ship, Poncho's looking for them.
Okay. The crew of the DayZee is mostly men. There are some, it's about half human, half gnomes. There seems to be quite a few gnomes on this ship.
I'm going for the gnomes. Okay. That's my target demographic. They're around my height.
Okay, you are able to find a female gnome. She's got her hair in two kind of blonde braids that are really, really long, like down to her calves. And she is in the middle of kind of adjusting ropes around the mast. And you approach her. She kind of looks you over. Hi.
Hello, how do you do? Just wanted to inquire a bit about the ship a little more. New around here.
Yeah, you sure are.
Would you mind showing me the ropes?
Oh, this is a rope. She points to the mast.
Well, yeah. So I pull it. I pull it up, right?
The
He's gonna
rope?
pull it the wrong way. He's pulling it the wrong way intentionally.
She
Not
like
intentionally.
swats at you like you're a fly. You're ruining all the stuff that I did already this morning. Move. Okay.
Sorry. Move.
But pull the other side. The other side. Pull it the other way.
Okay.
You guys kind of together as this small folk coming together, tie a secure knot around the mass. And she kind of takes a step back and she looks at it. She says, yeah, that's going to hold for about 20 minutes, I'm going to say.
Enough for us to move on and someone else to deal with it?
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan. I'm Poncho.
Nice to meet you. I'm Starry.
Nice to meet you, Starry. It's an unusual name for the folk around here.
Yeah, Captain Albert likes to give people nicknames sometimes.
I'm glad I have not got one. I'm gonna avoid Captain Albert. But I wanted to ask you. You know a little bit about leaning in close. That powder the captain was smoking. That stuff's weird.
Bone dust?
Yeah, that bone dust stuff.
Yeah, weird good.
Yeah, just got to be sure who I'm talking to. You never know who's a gar or a narc.
A narc?
Yeah. He's staring at you.
She kind of looks you over. You know what this boat does, right?
That is true.
We smuggle drugs, so I mean, if somebody here's a narc, it's gotta be the Ingnasian guy in the armor. I don't know what the fuck is up with that guy.
I honestly, I didn't know what you got. I just knew you were a ship and you go across the seas, and that's about it.
That's all you really need to know. Listen, I got some bone dust if you want. She pulls out a tiny white vial. You want this?
Sure. What do you want for it?
You know, there's lots below deck. This is my personal blend, if you will. 5 gold?
5 gold? Poncho's gonna fall on the ground and just GTA die right there.
Wasted. You want it or not?
5 gold is a bit steep for my pockets. I'll be back.
Here's a sample. And she kind of opens the vial. She dumps some out in her small blue hands. And she puts it out towards you. Just take some now.
They're like 1 dose, which she's offering exactly.
Yeah. It's hard for you to tell. You're not really sure what a dose is.
How much did I do last time exactly with the captain?
You took some off of her finger. It does seem like there's a little bit more in Starry's palm.
So I'll take it into my palm like this. I'll use my finger and just scoop it into my palm. Okay. And then I'm gonna subdivide it with my finger into like 2, smaller than the one I have with the captain's a little bit.
Okay.
And then he's gonna just real quick.
It's a little. Okay, make a con save.
This is not gonna be great. Or it is. I got a 15.
Okay. You like get this immediate head rush, this and you feel immediately like up, way better than you felt this morning. And you feel like that dragging feeling kind of going away.
I kind of feel like I'm flying, but like not flapping my wings, just floating.
It's nice, right? And she takes a little bit with you too. And she kind of tries to put some back in the vial, but then doesn't really work out very successfully. And she hands it around to some of the other crew around you guys. And they kind of all give you like an appraising nod with their bloodshot eyes.
Does this come from a flower?
No, it comes from the ice waste. It's dragon bones, man.
Oh. It's actually dust of bones. That would make sense. I didn't think about that before.
Yeah.
Why
like I'm not actually like made of stars, but they call me Starry.
Oh, I'm gonna poke her. But that would explain a few things.
You're weird. You know that?
I mean, sometimes, yeah. Wait, it's the morning. You know what that means? You want a cupcake?
Yeah, I want a cupcake. What's a
I'm gonna
cupcake?
you're gonna reach into that box, unslide the wooden lid, triumphantly hold up that yellow frosted pumpkin cupcake as he peels back the paper, extending the cupcake to Sari.
She kind of takes it and she splits it into two, and she, you want me to have a half?
Grabs it.
Nice.
You want you want a dessert? You want a berry?
Yeah.
He's gonna cast good berry. Just have the vine like spring out in his hand, pluck one, hand to the Starry, take one for himself, and just have the rest out around the crew, just hanging out with the crew down here.
Sounds good. Guys, a little bit high on bone dust and get filled up by Goodberry. Pancho making some connections on the crew with the crew. The rest of us.
I'm just a stoner kid now. Uh-oh.
You guys all that are on the upper deck, you guys can all see what's going on with Pancho here. And this rallying of bone dust circle.
I'm still remaining quite sort of. I'm avoiding contact, just as simple as that. Essentially, I'm just lurking, as I said, in the stairwell going down.
Okay. Ulrich, you kind of stand around. Eventually, you are approached by the man in the leather jacket, and he only comes up. Well, how tall is Ulrich?
He's about 5'11", maybe 5'10",
Okay.
5'11".
This guy, not super tall. He comes up to about your neck, and he says to you, "So, Ingnasian, you want to do something, or do you just want to glare at people all day?"
I'm just going to shrug awkwardly, as in like I'm ambivalent either way, because I'm not really sure how to act here.
You want a job?
I'll
Keep
nod.
you busy?
Oh yeah, I'll nod.
Do you know how to talk?
I'll nod again.
Okay. Back. I knew the Ignasians were a different type, but you really march to the beat of your own drum?
Nod again.
He grabs a large barrel and he plumps it down in front of you. And it's a barrel full of bullets. And he looks at you and he says, "I need you, and I'm thinking you're going to be good at this. Take out the ones that are Surakian steel."
I'll nod again.
Nice. See you later. Don't come back to me until that's done.
Okay. Can I realistically put a lid on that and carry it down to the stables?
Yeah, make a strength check.
Can I make an athletics check?
Yeah.
9. So I spill some probably.
You are able to kind of put a lid on it. You pick it up. You struggle with it. It's awkward to carry down the stairs, and the stairs, the way they're laid out, that going back and forth makes it very difficult. One of the other crew members, the gnome that's mopping at the bottom of the stairs, kind of comes up and helps you with it. Whoa, okay, to the left, pivot, and then helps you move it down the rest of the stairs.
I just imagine after being helped, Ulrich just stares at him all angrily, and he just goes away without saying anything.
Yeah, I think I was thinking Ulrich would like smile and nod at him, but I don't think he would. I think he'd still be a bit like, oh, God, I fucking hate this place. But he'll nod at the gnome, and then just sort of slowly push it over towards the stable, and then he'll
Okay.
just begin picking some of them out.
Start sorting through some bullets. The gnome kind of mutters to himself as you walk by him. Oh yeah, Ingnasians known for their friendliness, and keeps mopping. Anybody else want to do anything here?
Yeah.
Up
Sorry,
on the
go.
deck,
Mhm.
up on the deck, Haggard, I assume, is still like shouting orders.
Mhm.
I'll just pick one of the ones that he says that I don't see anyone else doing and just get to work. Thing.
Sounds good. You find yourself getting assigned to some scouting, and Haggard directs you up the mast to keep an eye out for things. Just climb up. You're not scared of heights, right? You're a pirate, aren't you?
Sure I am.
Where'd you sail?
Generally the gold tooth.
What ship?
I've been here and there.
Oh, right. That's good enough for me. And you kind of head up to the nest, and I'll have you make a perception check, and I also would like you to roll a d10. It's rain.
Okay.
Got water in your eye.
And I rolled a 5 on my d10.
Okay. This perception check. The natural one on the perception. You up in this nest, like you can you look behind you, you look in front of you, and it's all just sheets of rain. Just rain, water, pirates. It kind of there's the smell of fish up here, and it's not super pleasant experience being up in the nest in rain like this. But you keep an eye out for things as best as you can. I'm going to have everybody else who's on the upper deck to roll perception checks.
Yeah, I'm just still waiting for the captain, so I am on the top deck right now.
You're in the loft. What do you want to do? The door's closed, Sheev.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of like do a thing where like I try to make myself as stealthily and like hide to avoid working. But if I see somebody like coming over to yell at me, I'll like try and grab a bucket and like pretend like I'm working.
Okay, make just like a performance or deception check.
Deception. Let's go. Uh, 13 plus 5 is an 18.
Okay. You like strategically, you see Haggard kind of walking by a couple times. You like quickly like start to pretend to tie a rope or like to lock something. Like when you switch tabs and at work.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely.
You do notice like this individual Haggard, he does seem to do a lot of ordering around, but doesn't seem to do a lot of work himself.
Yeah. Real supervisor stuff.
Yeah. You do not see the captain come out at any point.
That's cool.
Make a perception check as well while you're
10. 11 minus 1 for a 10.
Okay. Poncho, make a perception check with disadvantage.
Poor drug Poncho. Dad.
15, disadvantaged.
Not bad. As you guys go further out into sea, Poncho and Valenci, you guys make out something on the horizon. This large shape floating on top of the water. It is very difficult to make out what it is from here. It looks like it's got sharp edges. It doesn't look uniform. It's like maybe a giant rock from this distance.
I'm gonna nudge Star. Stay, Star. Am I just high, or do you see that?
What?
There's something floating above the water. I'm gonna.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are we going in that direction directly?
It's like you guys are definitely gonna pass it. It's on the one side, northwest of you guys. And you guys are heading north. East. Sorry, you guys are heading northeast.
I'm gonna go check it out.
It's like 600 feet away.
Well, see, this is the plan. I have good eyesight. I was gonna go 100 feet in front of the boat and kind of just, you know what I mean, better vision.
Okay.
I'm gonna get a little closer. Sorry, you want to come up with me to the deck?
I can't fly.
No, I mean you wait on the deck just so, like, if something happens, you know, and then you could tell the others.
Yeah, I'm right here. I can see you.
All right, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna see if I see anyone in the party nearby, and I'll wave one of them over.
Okay. You see...
Yeah, I'd like to frantic. Sorry. I'll also be searching for someone else to communicate with.
Valenci, come here. I need you to watch. I'm gonna go fly 100 feet in front of the ship, and I'm gonna see if I can get a better look at what that is from up close. And if anything happens, I'll call out, or you just for freaking out. You'll see.
Okay, is that safe for you to just fly? I mean, it is pretty stormy, and you're quite small.
Yeah. It didn't occur to me the rain. I changed my mind. I want to go back inside now. I guess we'll deal with it when it comes, or like maybe a little. I'll go closer to the boat just in case.
How fast could a shark get out there?
Oh yeah. Wait a minute. That is a good point. I need my backup. I'm gonna go to the water's edge and just look in the water.
Your bee spawn lasts for 10 minutes.
Not bee spawn, but the other one, the one that charms it, lasts 24 hours exactly.
Which was the spell that you used?
Animal companionship and bee spawn. I use both. Bee spawn lasts 10 minutes. Animal friendship is the one that charms it for 24 hours. Yes.
But
I'm saying, would it still be nearby? Because I can cast other spells.
Oh, I see. 24 hours here. No. You guys are out to sea. So it has not followed you out. Maybe it's still circling around the docks looking for you.
Well, good thing. A bad thing. The shark isn't here, and I think we could wait, but it might be something. I saw something above the water that wasn't normal. I didn't see land.
I can see it too.
I thought it was a drug.
I think someone should tell. You okay there? Seem a bit. Sure. We'll deal with that later. Someone should tell. I don't know. Gwen seems like she knows what to do on a ship.
Hey, Gwen. Sorry, Gwen. Look around. Just like call out.
You guys look around. You look up, and Gwen, you can hear them calling your name. You're up in the nest.
Oh. I'm flying straight up.
Okay. You flutter your way up to the nest. Right into Gwen's face.
I'm like over this close to you. It's like, Gwen, did you see that flying thing over there by the water? I mean, that your ship pirate, you would know like what that thing is, right? What is that creature? That thing? It's just flying there. I want to fly in the air like that. Oh.
You have not been able to see it, but Poncho kind of points it out for you. and you're able to kind of see through the streaks of rain this strange formation on the surface of the water. Again, from here, it kind of looks like a rock, and with the rain, it kind of looks like a rock.
Okay. Yeah, it's a rock. What's what?
Check. Valenti saw it too. It's not the drugs.
What are you telling me for? Looks like a rock.
I was gonna fly out and see what it is. I mean, if it was above the water, rocks don't. Wait, the rocks fly now too?
It's
Did
floating
something
above
happen?
the water?
You're the one that said it was a rock.
It's not floating. It's on the surface. From this vantage point, it just looks like it's on the surface of the water.
Okay, it's on the surface of the water. Maybe it's like a big circle on the water. You know, like a rock on the water. I guess, like you call it.
Listen, if it's bugging you out, go tell Haggard.
Okay, Haggard. I'm gonna fly over to Haggard.
Okay.
We gotta go to Haggard.
Bouncing around the ship like pinball.
Valenti, you got this. I'm gonna pat her on the back, and you take lead on this one.
Okay. And finally letting go of the handrail for the first time, I'll wobble and kind of trip over myself until I see Haggard and talk to him.
Okay. Over to Haggard. He's soaking wet. He kind of looks up at you and says, "Getting your sea legs there, Miss Elf?"
Sure.
I'm looking around at you, trying to look for these new legs.
Don't mind him. He's having a rough day, I think.
Oh, I know he's.
We've spotted this. We've spotted this floating rock on the water, and I was wondering if it's something we should look out for, or if you knew what it is.
You guys kind of go to the edge of the ship, and you kind of point it out to him. Oh. Good question. He kind of looks at it with a bit of confusion. And he calls over one of the other crew members. And what the fuck do you think that is? And the other crew member is another gnome, a man. And he says, "Oh, I heard about this thing. I think that's the Silvered Spire in there." Haggard says, "What are you talking about? The Silvered Spire? That thing has been off the map for years." He says, "No. Look. And he looks a little bit closer and he squints and he says, "It's an iceberg."
An iceberg?
Oh, I'm gonna lean into Valenti. Wait, I think I've heard a story about this back in the forest. Some ship that starts with a T was big. Hit into one of those.
Near, far. We can get closer. Should we get closer? They kind of look at both of you.
Should I fly to it and see what's going on over there?
Yeah, fly to it. Yeah, you should do it.
Though.
No, do it.
I don't know. My wings would get wet, and it's kind of hard to fly when it rains. It's a little annoying. I'll try to. I'll do a test fly to see how above the ship, not more than 10 feet up.
Okay, you kind of float up and you do some circles. The rain is heavy. You do expect that it would impede your movement if you are going to try to fly out there.
It'll be hard to fly over there, but I'm gonna do it. And if worst comes to worst, right? Wait, I'm gonna look over the sides of the ship. Do I see any aquatic life swimming about or avoiding the ship?
Make perception or investigation. You guys are like
Oh.
kind of drifting closer, but you do
Natural
know that
20.
you're eventually going to split paths with this thing and kind of go the opposite direction. Nice. You see several crabs stuck to the bottom of the boat.
Ew. Dinner. Well,
And as you kind of look and you're looking around, you do see a big grouper fish kind of following the ship.
is it bigger than me?
It's huge, yeah.
Oh shit! I'm gonna hey fishy. I'm gonna wave to it and I'll throw some rip up some pieces of bread and toss it out in the ship behind me as I cast charm animal.
Okay, it's like this big brown spotted fish with this like turned down mouth. Okay. Let's do a wisdom save. It fails. Yes.
All right.
It kind of looks at you with like this this sullen, grumpy looking fish expression.
I'm casting Beast Bond on it. I'm gonna say, follow me. Let's go to that iceberg and check it out. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna fly above it. Anyone want to come with? Look at that, Valenti.
No, thank you. I'll stay here.
You don't, but I have the fish.
Stay here.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead, and if anything, I have the fish to cover me. I'm gonna speak to the fish. Hey, if I fall down or fall in the water, you help me get back to the ship.
You say that to the fish?
I do.
Okay.
The fish is my wingman.
Very slow
No.
nod.
Me and the fish are riding forward, the fish under the water, and me just flying above the fish, and we're going towards the iceberg.
Sounds good. You and this grouper fish head off towards, theoretically, this iceberg. The rest of us. So Valente and Gwyn, you see this. You see Poncho head off with this grouper fish. Ulrich, you're sorting bullets. Leo, you are also avoiding work?
Yeah, I think I was
I'm not
sticking near Chief.
Okay, so Sheev and Leo are kind of keeping an eye out for the captain. She hasn't seemed to make her presence. Sheev, you know the day is going on. Like, it's almost noon at this point. Like, time is passing, and she does not make an appearance. Poncho, make a perception check as you get closer to the iceberg.
Rolled an 18.
Nice. As you get closer, you start to make out more details, and it is indeed a iceberg. It is this huge mound of ice coming out of the water, slowly floating in a direction. It's kind of hard to tell. And within this iceberg, there is a ship. And because of the rain, it's difficult to make out the details of the ship inside. Make a nature check.
Before I do that, I want to do something to kind of help me get better eyesight on this.
Sure.
Poncho's going to kind of like cup his hands together, and he'll begin praying to the spirits of nature, kind of just calling to Shinra and Yoku as he'll have them coalesce together, kind of just form in his palms. He'll open it up and he'll summon an owl.
Okay.
I'm going to expend the use of my wild shape. See you find familiar. Wild companion.
Okay.
You hear Jack's just rolling over in his grave.
Nah,
Owls
dude,
again,
this is good.
goddammit.
Nah, this is good,
You
dude.
literally did the same thing last session and got an owl
Yeah.
to get to Iron.
Yeah, it's fine.
Its owls
I
are
still have it.
superior.
Apex predator, just like Poncho.
What color is your owl? What type of owl is it?
I think it would be very like nature-esque, very like it would look very old. It would be like very like overgrown, and like all the feathers would be kind of like rough and like messy. It'll be like
Okay.
green with different shades of like creams.
It's kind of this straggly barn owl that comes up and it's got feathers sticking out in its head in various spots, and it looks at you. And are you having it do like a 360?
Yeah, I'll have it do a flyby around the glacier and then fly in.
Okay, make a perception check.
I don't have a sheet for that, so I got to look up its mod real quick. If I'm looking through its eyes, could I use my vision, my perception?
If you're looking through its eyes, yeah. Well, you would be blinded and deafened. So are you gonna like what? And you're flying in the middle of the ocean.
Yeah,
if you'd like to, you can.
It has keen hearing and sight.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll to the owl.
So it's advantage, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's got a +3 to perception.
Thank you. Roll d20 +3. I rolled an 11.
So sorry, can it communicate with you?
Mm-mm. Actually, you're right. I would need to look through its eyes. Anyway, I think.
But you still use its mental stats, so you don't.
Okay, when you're
its
familiar
influence.
within 100 feet of me, it can communicate telepathically.
It can communicate telepathically. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you send it out to kind of take a look. And
yeah, I'll keep within that 100-foot like radius to make sure I could.
You and the group of fish kind of floating closer to this iceberg, and the owl circling. And from the ship, there are some members of the DayZee that are trying to work out what's happening over there, having difficulties making out and making sense of it. The owl circles around, and you hear in your head, "Old ship, silvered spire."
Any living? Well, any people living around?
Not that I see.
All right. I'll stay within 100 feet, and I'll have it check out the vicinity of the immediate spire.
Okay. Silvered Spire is the name of the ship.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. It communicates that to you. It kind of looks around the vicinity. Nothing else.
I don't want to touch down. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna touch down on the ship.
It's encased in ice.
Like entirely?
It's inside the iceberg.
Ew. I'll fly back. I guess. Yeah, I'll return. If I use the fish, would it move back faster? Because if it goes anything faster than 30, I'm 30.
Oh yes.
I'm gonna use the fish to ride my Ferrari fish back.
Okay, you ride back with the grouper fish. The owl still behind you. You come back to the ship.
So it's the Silver Spire. It's encased entirely in ice. I wanted to try to get a touchdown on it, but there's no way I could get through that. Something hot, maybe. Or we'd have to use some strength, but I don't think we have the time or manpower that would want to do it. Is it worth looking at the Silver Spire?
Well, what I'm hearing is that it's not dangerous, so we're good. Thank God.
Yeah. But think what could be in that ship. It could be anything. It could even be a boat.
You guys decide not to do anything about this iceberg? Or do you want to communicate with the rest of the party?
I'm doing that to the party too. This is everyone.
Okay.
What do you guys think we should do? Is it worth salvaging? We could take a look. I mean, I don't know if the fish is going to be good enough to get everyone back and forth, but it can try.
Are we still traveling on the ship, by the way?
Yeah, you're still moving. Let's say you guys group up by where Ulrich is sorting out bullets. Poncho kind of gathers you guys together to talk about this. Right by the stables.
Could be interesting.
Would I be familiar with the myth of the Silver Spire?
Make a history check.
Also, DM, how fast is the ship moving?
How fast is the ship moving?
Yeah.
In knots.
Well, my question is like how close are we getting to this Silver Spire?
You guys are like you're kind of running adjacent to it, but the direction that you guys are going in, you're gonna veer away from it.
Okay.
Gwen, you've kind of heard it's a bit of a like a folklore type of story about a silvered spire, this ship being encased in an iceberg by a wizard, by a powerful mage, as punishment for their piracy. There are some rumors that perhaps there is treasure contained in the ship.
I'd be a lot more hell yeah in that case. Oh wait, but I wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
I'll relay that information. I'll say that there's a folklore, a myth about it, I guess, but I don't know how much truth there is to it.
All right, I'm in. How are we doing this?
Let's find out. Yeah, me too.
Okay, wait. You said something about a fish, right? Your fish. How are we getting to this thing? Also, are we telling the crew besides us? What's the plan here?
Won't they want to cut if we tell them?
I guess we can't go there without them, right?
Wait a minute.
If we leave the ship, like
if we free the ship,
skeleton crew.
I guess if we free the ship, we still couldn't man it.
I forgot you need pesky people to man a ship.
Wouldn't we be reprimanded by the wizards?
Fuck him.
Yeah, fuck him. Agreed.
He's probably dead a long time ago, right? This is an old ship. Is it an old ship? It looks kind of.
Well, regardless, if we're gonna make this decision, we got to make this decision now. We're gonna go further away from it, so we got to make this decision. Yeah, well, I don't know how are we getting there, fish man, fish fairy.
Well, I have one fish, and I don't. You said it's huge, but I don't think it's actually huge, right, Sparky?
It's pretty big. It's like have you ever seen a grouper fish before?
No, I have not. I googled it after you said what a grouper fish.
It's like the size of they can get up to be the size of like a smart car. They're pretty big. But it's not huge to the extent like you could probably, if you wanted to fit people on there, you'd probably fit 2 plus Poncho.
I can fly, and then the rest I can get 2 of you onto the glacier, but from then on, it'd be up to you guys.
All right. We'd have to stop the ship to do a proper search of this thing, most likely, unless we offer a treasure split. So
yeah, I'm nodding. I'm nodding a lot at this.
Treasure split's a better idea.
I'll assume this was what we were going to do. We had to tell them that we need to park.
I was just trying to be greedy. Okay. All right. Gwen, you're probably the best representative to talk to the captain about this, but I'll help if you want. I'm not really a pirate, but
I am going to. Ooh, never mind. I lied.
Yeah, we should tell the captain or tell somebody to stop the ship so we can do a treasure split of this little iceberg deal here.
Talk to Haggard.
Talk to Haggard?
Well, I tried talking to the captain earlier, and she was not interested.
All right, Haggard, it is. Everybody coming with?
Let's go.
All right.
You guys head up with a newfound determination and plan in place to possibly get the treasure from the Silvered Spire. Let's take a little break. Let's take 5 minutes. I need to pee. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
That's
Correct.
right.
Do we have like a pause intro cutscene on the thing, or are we gonna be open mic?
Open mic. Who wants to do some stand up?
I muted it.
Change right now. This is
It's
like degeneracy
moutard
hour.
in French. Doesn't cut
Yes,
the
yeah.
moutard.
Moutarde.
You can't say that word.
Pas
Archie.
la moutarde.
Moutard.
Ça ne
What was
ça
it?
Ça ne
coupe
coupe pas la
pas la
moutarde.
moutarde. Ça ne coupe pas la moutarde. It does not cut the mustard.
What does that mean?
I've heard that
it
before.
means it. Yeah, it just means it just doesn't work. It's just not gonna. It's
Yeah.
not gonna. It's
Not
just
up to snuff. It's not good enough.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, exactly. If you delivered me a shoddy product, I'd be like, mate, it just doesn't cut the mustard.
Mhm.
Um,
Where
Doesn't
would
ring a
that
bell.
come from?
But in French, they have si vous ne pouvez pas couper la moutarde, vous pouvez toujours lécher les pots.
That sounds so much more like. That sounds so sexy, but knowing the context of what you just said.
Which means if you can't cut the mustard, you can always lick the jar. Dude, that is
What?
amazing. Yeah. There's a French saying which is if you can't.
It sounds
cut
like
the
an
mu-
insult.
It sounds
If you
like a
can't-
really sexualized pickup line, dude.
That's just because
Yes,
French. And French is sexy.
No, I think that means if you can't cut the mustard, you can always lick the jar. What does that mean?
More than one way to skin a cat, something like that.
Yeah, maybe. Or
I'm guessing, from what I can think about this expression, I'm guessing it's if you're not smart enough to cut your mustard, you can always lick. Well,
yeah.
That's how you try to make sense of it.
I think that's what it is.
It's how French expression usually work.
Okay. Jack and Damien, are you here?
Yep.
No, I'm not here.
Okay.
Sorry, I have like a bit of a migraine right now. I'm trying to like be calm about it.
Okay, all good. You guys go up to the upper deck to talk to Haggard. And Haggard is there. It's like 1 o'clock now. The iceberg is to almost a direct west of you guys now. Maybe about 400 feet from the boat. Several of the crew members are actually looking at it as you come up. The rain is still pretty much pouring, but is easing a little.
Hey, Haggard. I was talking to Gwyn here.
Yeah.
And Gwyn was telling me about this whole legend thing where there was like a ship that wrecked and there was some treasure, and we think that's over there. One of our party members went over and checked it out. Was we wondering if you would be able to stop the ship so we could go explore, and then give you guys. I mean, we can split any treasure we find hidden within.
Well, how confident are you that there's treasure on there?
90%. I can roll deception if you want, because that's not. I'm not nearly that certain.
Poncho is 100% certain he should have been the one talking,
but
it would have been the complete truth because he's like myth, reward,
pretty good.
treasure?
15.
Okay. He kind of. I'm not confident in your confidence. I was talking to Wrinkles over here about this thing, and it's like it's a myth. You really think there's treasure on that boat? It's a trap.
It's not a myth. I saw it. It was frozen in the ice, and the name was on it. The whole nameplate. We can get the nameplate. I'll dig it out.
I can't see the
Half an hour
ship.
ago, you said it wasn't on the map. And now here it is.
I can't see. No, I mean like it was removed from the map because. No. Okay.
We're there now.
To me, it just looks like an iceberg from here. There's a ship in there, so you say.
Get on my fish and I'll show you.
You should talk to Wrinkles. Wrinkles knows a little bit more about this. He's been a pirate for like fucking 1,000 years. If you want to stop the ship, though, you have to talk to Captain Albert. I can't do that.
I'd love to talk to Captain Albert, but I haven't seen her the entire morning. I'd love to talk to her, though. I've been waiting for her since I woke up, honestly.
Yeah, she doesn't come out of her room that much anymore, to be honest.
Oh, anymore? What changed?
We do not have time for gossip if we want to get on this ship.
I mean, doesn't she have to
gossip,
doesn't she have to lead the ship in a way?
She tells me what she wants done in the mornings.
She's got a door. Let's go
see
knock.
her at dinner time.
All right. Fair enough. You can't help me, so let's go talk to the captain. And rush over, knock on the door.
Good luck. You guys go down the stairs, you knock on Captain Albert's door, and you hear a creaking of a chair, and then unlocking the door, opening it. Yes.
Boy, do we have a business proposition for you.
Oh, goody.
Do you want the good news first?
Few small hours of your time, our party is willing to assume the risk and investigate this really cool frozen ship we just found, one that's rumored to have treasure on it.
Frozen ship with treasure.
Yeah, the Silver Spire. You heard of it?
I can't say that I'm super familiar. It has gold on it.
It's frozen entirely in ice. There's no way a ship froze like that. Like a super cool mage supposedly went and ice everywhere, and it all froze up instantly.
I mean, it's a ship. If somebody would rob your ship right now, it probably would be a lot of like expensive stuff in here, right? So
no, it'd be a lot of drugs.
I mean, that is expensive stuff, though.
That is expensive stuff.
That is true. Drugs are expensive. Yeah.
And as we found out last night, the captain likes to drug people against their will. So it's might be something to aid the stockade.
I did not drug you against your will. You all took that of your own fruition.
Right. I would have definitely been able to, stay alive had I not taken that drug.
Ow!
Anyway.
Indeed, you would have.
I'll put a hand on Shiv's arm.
You want to stop the ship to investigate another ship that is encompassed in ice, and we are certain that there's gold on this ship? Are we
90%.
talking a lot of gold?
It's a myth. If we knew, it wouldn't be a myth. But
Whatever it is, it's 40% yours?
40% for you.
50-50.
You don't have to do anything. You just have to stop and
Time
Let us do our thing.
is money. Every time
Already-
we stop, it delays our trip.
Final offer, 45.
Okay, make persuasion checks. Either one person roll with advantage, or you can all roll everyone who's talked.
I'm gonna roll myself because Poncho's just throwing out numbers to see what works, and I think that's funny.
I would like to. But like I'm kind of being a bitch right now, so no, I'm not gonna roll.
Okay, I'll assist.
I rolled a 5.
Okay.
Yeah, so you do with advantage.
Do
Oh,
with
I should go
advantage,
again?
Poncho.
Okay.
I feel like we chose the +0 charisma.
I got a
character
3.
to roll this
Yeah.
with advantage.
My other rolls for today, I'm not even joking, have been my first roll today was a 2, my second roll was a 1, and anything D&D related.
She kind of nods and she says, "Listen, if you want to go chase some ghost ship, feel free. We're not stopping the DayZee for it. You can catch up when you're done. You know where we're headed."
How would we catch up without a ship?
Something for you to figure out, indeed.
All right. Oh,
Well-
never known a pirate to turn down money, but that's fine. Whatever. And I'll
Anything
walk
else
away.
I can do for you?
I'm gonna turn to the rest of the party and say, we're coming back this way anyway to go to Killima. Maybe we'll pass it again.
No glaciers like move.
Usually
Just-
myths are
yeah.
something that needs to be investigated on the spot, or else
What
You know,
about
secrets
60-40
thrown
odds?
away.
60-40 final offer.
If
Final,
you
final,
really, really are so insistent on chasing this down, take one of the lifeboats and row to your heart's content.
That is such
You
a
guys-
bad idea.
You guys look strong and capable.
I mean, how are we supposed to catch up to the ship with a boat?
yeah.
Good question.
I actually know
Yeah.
I just figured it out mechanically
You know
how I'm
what?
gonna do it. And it's
You
so
know
cheesy.
what? In theory, because have I seen Poncho do his like animal shit? Right?
Have you?
You've seen me be a lizard like
yeah,
4
you've-
times, dude.
Yeah, you've seen him do some
Yeah.
stuff for sure. Animal
Poncho, in
shenanigans.
theory, could you convince animals, probably sharks or things that swim fast, to pull a boat in a direction you guide them? Is that a feasible thing that you can do?
I've been known to have animals help me out and speak to them, but like I don't have any spell slots today, so you'd have to roll for today and I'll sleep on the boat.
Okay. Because I'm imagining 2 sharks tied to a rope pulling us in the direction of this ship is what I'm imagining right now. And I feel like that's a good idea. The problem is that I don't know if you're able to convince them necessarily to do it for us, Poncho. Will you be able to convince the sharks to pull us?
I think it's a doable thing, yeah.
Yeah, anybody else down with this? Like I'm cool with doing this, but if you guys don't want to.
Well,
No.
I'm still below
that-
deck.
Oh, Ulrich's still below deck.
Yes.
Okay. I really don't think that even if you could
I
get these 2 sharks on board, so to speak, that they could, once you're done, catch up with one of the fastest ships on the seas.
Well, how
So
fast is that ship actually, though? I'm trying to think.
the DayZee?
I have other logistical questions as well.
Sure. Shoot.
How are we getting the ship inside the ice, outside of the ice, so we can investigate it?
That's
It's-
a good question.
I
That's
was
a
looking
good
at
question.
Civ. I was thinking Civ, right? You do some of your cool magics, right?
Well, I
Like,
do
like,
know
you
how
have
to
to-
make fire.
Oh,
Every 6 seconds, I can put blasts of fire out. Now, you might
Ooh.
say, but
See, I
Sheep,
knew
that
it.
would take a really long time. You would be correct about that. It would take a really long time. So, again, as I'm sounding this out, doesn't really make that much sense. I was really hoping the captain was going to be more reasonable, but whatever, it's fine.
I had
Can I
like
like
I-
step on his foot?
You know,
I'm just gonna shove my boot down on your foot.
She's just kind of standing in the doorway, like with her arms crossed, listening. She seems amused.
That hurt. Why did you? Whatever. Fine. That doesn't matter. Not the point. I think you're right. We're probably gonna have to just give up on this unless somebody else has a better idea than sharks pulling a boat.
It's a giant disappointment, but I don't think that this is in the cards if the ship won't stop.
Could we catch up to the ship if, like, we use the groper with 2 people on the groper's back only?
Grouper, not groper. Let's rewind a little bit for a second and say grouper, and then move on.
First of all, not groper. Grouper.
A groper is a big
The groper could get you there real fast. Grouper.
Okay.
It's got a 50-foot swim speed.
Hardly know.
How fast is a boat compared? Is the thing faster than the boat?
Is the fish faster than the boat? For short spurts, it can be. But the ship just has sustainability. The ship just is going to keep going.
So, guys, I know I'm not there, but we just need to decide if, 1, we can get everyone over there, and 2, if we have that much of a leap of faith that we can thaw this ship and sail it.
Listen, this has been fun, exciting, sightseeing. Cool, we saw a myth. Cool.
Did you lift?
I really don't.
You said a mage and Veer did this in story, like did their magic. So what if we undid the spell? Can we undo the magic that's holding it frozen? Because it's got to be frozen still for a reason, right? Wouldn't it melt already?
We cannot.
That's just a bit beyond our capabilities at the moment.
I just have a question. Because Poncho, you've seen this ship, right?
Yeah.
Is it inside of a sphere of ice, or is the entire thing covered in ice? Or is there...
Was it solid?
It is inside what looks like a natural formed iceberg, and it is directly in the center of this iceberg. It is encompassed that way.
So his Poncho's nameplate idea wouldn't work, right? We can't just grab the nameplate quickly and then bring it back to the ship. That's not a reasonable thing.
It's in ice, so I mean, you could definitely try.
What if Ulrich's gonna? Oh, sorry. Do you mind if I go first, or do you want to?
Ladies first.
Ulrich's going to hearing this commotion upstairs, and sort of just feels like he needs to step in and suggest something. He goes up and peeks his head around the door. We could tow it. Think of the story it would say when we get to port. And then he'll just go back down to the stable.
Tow the iceberg.
An iceberg?
It's on water. Doesn't that make it stay on the top of the water? I've laid on water, but floated
it's
before.
Solid ice though, so I don't know if it works weight. I don't know how much weight the ship can pull.
Not 10 tons of ice, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, that's a good idea though. Yeah,
maybe we had something like the pound maker, she calls down to the lower deck. But we don't have the capabilities of an Ingnasian ship.
Did Ulrich hear that? Because if Ulrich heard that, you're just gonna just see him straighten up real quick, oh, hello.
I can also make fire. So why don't me and you go?
I don't think this is
me and you a journey.
Okay, question for you: did you take more drugs today?
Yes.
Okay, then we're not doing this idea. I agree with Gwen.
Damn. We got this.
No, we do not got this.
We'll just have
appreciate you listening, Captain.
All right.
I really want this to be a thing, but I don't think we can make it work.
I tend to agree now, unfortunately.
Captain Albert closes the door, disappears from view. You guys are kind of standing on this loft area. The rain kind of coming down into this open stairway. Ulrich's still kind of picking at some bullets.
Mm-hmm.
The day goes on.
Yeah.
You do some various jobs for Haggard. Eventually, the iceberg and the silvered spire inside become naught but a dot on the horizon as you guys head farther out to sea.
That's so depressing.
Was the ship in good? Was the ship in a good state, or did it look bedraggled?
It
I don't
looked
even-
old, as in like a very old style ship, but it looked like it was in okay shape. It didn't look like it was like
Saleable.
cannon through or anything like that. Theoretically,
Yeah.
Poncho's Owl and Poncho do not know enough about sailable
They float.
sailability.
They just float. That's all I know.
Eventually, the rain starts to pitter off a little bit in the night. In the evening. The sun starts to go down and the moons come up, Proteus and Ymir. And the sea's kind of calm. And there is dinner being served, if you guys would like dinner.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
I'm
a
actually
very
good.
simple, like goulash style stew.
Is there meat in it?
Yes, mystery chunks of meat. Probably fish, though it's kind of hard to tell. Whatever it is, it still has the skin on. And you guys, it actually tastes pretty good, though. It seems quite flavorful. This is the time where Captain Albert comes out of her quarters. She sits at the table and she drinks wine and smokes cigarettes as you guys eat.
As soon as the sun sets and the people probably would stop working at some point, Leo's looking for people to play games with.
Yeah, it kind of dissipates over the day. I mean, it's clear that there's not a lot of formal organization here in terms of crew and their jobs that people just kind of pick up where they need to or listen to Haggard. You're able to easily find a couple of people, Starry being one of them, that is willing to gamble their life away.
I'll go in for some gambling as well tonight with Leo
Me too.
and Gwen.
All right. Anyone else in for gambling?
No, not tonight.
Okay.
It's too much.
You guys have Starry there, and another young human male to gamble with you guys. And they kind of look at you expectantly, Leo. Starry says, "So, what are we playing?"
All right. I would say for this night we can start with a simple game of ship captain and crew.
Ship captain crew, okay?
Yeah, it's an old dice game. So basically, players take turns rolling the dice, and you need to roll a 6, a 5, and a 4. And these are the ship. This is the 6. The 5, that's the captain, and then the 4, that is the crew. And you need them all in order, otherwise you cannot make any points.
Okay.
You take
Okay.
five dice, and you roll them all at the same time.
Do I have 5d6s? Yes, I do have 5d6s.
And if you have rolled either the 6, 5, or 4, then you put them to the side. And you can re-roll twice. So as an example, I would roll my 5 dice. I got no 6, so I I have to reroll the entire thing again.
Okay. That was gonna be my question. All right.
Now I have a 6 and a 5, so I can take them out. But now I only have one more try to, with the remaining 3 dice, get to
You can reroll twice.
Yes.
And can you reroll? Do you have to reroll all of them if you reroll?
You can reroll any number, but you have to take those out that you need.
Okay.
So the maximum amount of points you can get in a round is 12 with the 2 remaining dice. If you do not roll a 6, 5, or 4, you get, so if you end up with nothing, basically, you lose 3 coins into the table, and if you don't get the 4, so you are missing a crew, then you still are losing 1 coin to the table.
Okay, what if I rolled a 6, a 5, and a 4 on my first throw?
Congratulations.
Oh, all right, sick. Cool.
So did Starry
I'll take it.
as well. So is it just you don't pay into the pot if you get it the first time?
It's
or if you have it, you don't pay into the pot at all.
It's played over a couple of rounds. It's played with everybody putting 5 gold in first round.
Okay, I put 5 gold in. All right.
Starry and the human kind of look at each other. How about copper?
That's also a metal, yes.
Right. What if we bet with copper instead of with gold? Because gold this in this economy.
How about silver then?
Okay, fine. Silver.
All right. 5 silver. Oh.
You put in 5 silver.
Yeah. Gambling with such low stakes is just.
I haven't thought about the monetary system behind this game too much, but
not as much fun. But all right, I rolled my 6, 5, and a 4 on my first hand. My 5 silver is safe. You ready for our next hand roll?
Wait.
I'm ready.
So how this goes is everybody puts in the 5 silver, and then we all roll. Mm-hmm. If you have the highest roll of everybody, then you take the money on the table. If you're missing some of the stuff, then you put in money into the table.
Okay, and then do you add the
66?
5d6.
5. And what about the extra 2? Like, let's say I roll a 6, 5, and a 4. What are the extra 2 dice? Do they count towards my total number?
They are basically your result.
Okay, cool, sweet. All right, so I rolled a 6, 5, and a 4 on the first one. Then I rolled a 6 and a 2. So do I get anything for this?
You could re-roll the 6 and 2 to get a better result.
Okay, gotcha.
You want to have the best result with just these 2 other dice that are not the ship captain or crew.
Gotcha. I want to re-roll 1 dice once. Got a 3 and re-roll that, and a 5. Okay. I ended up with a 6, 5, and a 4, and then a 6 and a 5.
That's probably gonna win you the round then. I didn't manage to find a crew, so no 4 for me.
Starry rolled a 6, a 5, and a 4, and a 4 and a 3 for a total of 22. And the human rolled a 6 and a 5 and a 4 as well, and then a 4 and a same thing, 4 and a 3.
All right, so yeah, Jack, you Sheaf, you take this round.
All right, awesome.
Let's roll some d20s here to see how these rounds go. Just so we can pick up the pace.
Yep.
Yep.
How many rounds do you guys want to play?
If we're only betting silver, I'll play pretty late because it's not
Yeah.
really like I have. This is honestly not really much gambling for me. The stakes are pretty low, so I'll just kind of, even if I start losing, I'll just keep rolling. So I don't know, like, I'll be in for like 6, 7, 8 rounds probably.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll probably stick around for 3 rounds.
Okay. However many rounds you want to be in for, roll d20s for that amount.
Okay. 7, because 7's my lucky number.
Oh. I rolled 3 d20s for a 32.
And then add it all together?
I'll take a look at the individuals.
Wow, I rolled like shit. That sucks. I probably lost money.
It'd be easier just to put it in the Foundry, Leo.
Yeah,
You
I'm
just
trying
slash
to do that.
our however many rounds you want to do, 10 d20 or 8 d20.
Yeah, 10 d20 sounds about right.
All right. Sounds good. Look here. Oh, you got 3 natural 20s in there. What the heck is that about?
What the?
I mean, yeah, 15 average is pretty.
Dude, I
pretty good.
rolled a 2, 2 4s, and a 9. That's so
Okay.
gross.
Gwen, you take the first round. So what the pot is going to be at least, is it's 5 silver per round
Per person.
per person. So we're looking at, I mean, at least 50 silver.
Okay.
So Gwen, you take the first round, you get 50 silver. The next round is the human male, who you learn to know his name is Junie. Seems like a very eager young sailor, eager young pirate. The next one is also Junie, raking it in. And then Sheev.
Hey.
Nice. And then Leo. And then Leo. And then Leo. And then Starry takes 1, and she's looking distraught at all the money she's losing. And then Leo. Junie is the only one who stays in with you for all 10 rounds. Starry drops out after the 8th round. So you guys make out with a pretty good amount of silver there. And this betting kind of going around. Yeah.
I won 1 hand, so I lost out of 8 total hands. No, sorry, 7 total hands.
Yeah.
I made 5 silver.
Nice.
And then
Could have been
lost.
worse.
5, 10, 15.
The rest of you, what are you doing while this gambling is going on?
I'm just chilling. I'll be just chilling.
Okay.
Yeah, if Starry's doing that, my one companion on the ship's like gone. I try to get to know the guy giving all the orders and jobs. I get to know him, so I'll try to get easier jobs. Kiss up to him a little bit.
Good.
I almost called him Heinrich.
And Valente?
I'll just be chilling as well, trying to stay calm and dry. Not enjoying life at sea, it seems.
Okay. Actually, all of you who are not from a sailor background, Valente, Pancho, Ulrich, and Sheev, make con saves.
Could I want to make a counterpoint. If I fly most of the time, would I be seasick?
We'll see. You can make it with advantage.
Well,
That's appropriate.
Yeah. Oh, if you fly most of the time, you'd be like a 12-hour fly day. Drain yourself out.
Yeah, it's like me walking, bro. Have you walked in a day?
And you're keeping up with a ship, so it's not even that. I rolled
Very true. Oh, I must be like mega fit. This is how I get my true monk
17. I
levels.
rolled a 17 on my con save.
Okay. Well, Pancho, Sheev, and Ulrich, you guys are pretty okay. It's a little unusual. Ulrich, you have some experience on ships, so you're able to ground yourself. Valente, however, very minimal experience on ships, very minimal experience on the seas, and you are green in the face. For all of you that can see her, she looks more pale than high elves should ever be, and just constantly feeling waves of nausea. You have a very difficult time stomaching the dinner in front of you.
Gonna kind of like
That
look
is
over
in
and
character.
just kind of like a little bit of feel a little bit of superiority. In that this person who wouldn't talk to me when we were in school can't quite handle the rough seas. So glance over a couple times and give a little bit of a smirk.
I won't even be able to respond, like visually respond to that. I'll just look at you completely defeated and just at the end of my rope.
Yeah.
Pancho, you talk to Haggard for a little while. He's kind of at the dining table close to the captain, and he's drinking an ale, and he looks you over as you come to see him, and he says, "So what are you, like some type of bug?"
Oh, I'm a fairy
Jesus Christ.
from the Kitsune Wilds. Some of us do look kind of like bugs, though. I will admit my wings are very butterfly-like, but they're very majestic and graceful.
Sure, yeah, you're pretty cute.
Thank you. I know I am. You got a nice gruff scar going on, buddy.
Oh yeah, I got all sorts of scars. You know, that happens when you're in this line of work.
Oh, long you been a pirate for? Got any?
What year is it? I don't know. Maybe like the last 35 years? When you look him over, he looks to be about in his 40s, maybe 50s.
Well, that's a long time. That's most of your life, if I'm not mistaken, by the number of wrinkles on your forehead.
Yeah, thanks.
Isn't that how we tell humans ages?
What? With the wrinkles on their
Counting the
forehead? Yeah,
wrinkles.
it's like the rings on a tree.
Yeah, see? You get it.
Yeah, okay, I get it, yeah. I grew up in Illicet. That place is a real shithole. There's nothing else to do there but become a pirate, really. Here I am.
It's kind of interesting. You do see a bunch of different people all the time. I could see the benefits. Drugs are nice.
Yeah, drugs are awesome.
You're right about that.
Don't encourage that. No. No.
I'll get some ale for myself.
I'm just yelling from across. I'm yelling from across the table at this pirate. No, do not encourage this. This is
He
bad.
just kind of shrugs. Whatever.
Do not encourage him. Ugh.
He wanted. He knows what's up. He understands.
You know,
Don't you, buddy? And he kind of grabs you, Pancho, by like the back of the neck in like a semi-aggressive way. He kind of pulls you in and gives you a really rough noogie. And the antennas kind of go like.
You know, I'm older than all of you put together, right?
Are you?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm older than every single one of you in this room put together. He's just looking around, counting, and then once he got past 10, yeah.
And what have you have to show for all your years?
I can fly really well in most weather conditions.
You sure can.
And a drug addiction.
Nice. Well, we all got that here, and they all kind of like, yeah. Cheers to it.
Why are we cheersing to drug addictions? Where am I? What is going on?
See, they know how to party. Why can't you party like this, Steve?
I don't party like this. No.
I ended the night gambling early. Is there like a mess hall, like a kitchen where I could find a cook?
Yeah, like where the dining table is, where it's kind of this long table, and then behind that there's a small room that you suppose would probably be the kitchen.
Okay. Can I go in there?
Yep. Yep, you head in there. There is actually a elven woman in here, someone who you have not seen, walking around. She has long blonde hair that's kind of matted into several knots, and she's wearing a apron, and she's got a big spoon, and she's looking over a pot of the goulash that you guys ate, and looks like she's trying to figure out what to do with the leftovers.
Okay. I'll walk up to her and ask her if she's. I'll say, "Do you have anything for nausea? Maybe mint leaves to chew on, something like that."
Oh, yes. I could make some tea.
That'd be nice. I appreciate that. How much?
Uh, you don't need to pay me anything. I'll make you a pot of
Oh,
tea.
okay.
Yes. I'm sorry, I haven't seen you here before.
I'm new here. Yeah, just got on in Port Surak.
Hmm. Oh, I see. I'm Amadriel. The cook here, please. I really actually quite like it when people make requests. I don't get much requests from the other members of the crew. Yeah, certainly, I'll make you some tea. And she kind of goes
Thank
around
you,
to like
Adriel.
a shelf of herbs and spices kind of behind her. She starts to make some tea. A couple minutes later, she comes out with a pot and several cups of what smells like peppermint tea.
Okay. And I take that and walk over to Valanthe and just put it down in front of her and walk away.
I'll faintly whisper a thank you, like, but you can barely hear it. It's barely hanging on.
The peppermint tea does help. It really does ease some of those waves of nausea. In my opinion, peppermint tea cures all things.
All things.
Yeah, that's like my
All
life
things.
motto. Peppermint tea cures
Whoa.
all
All
things.
I can feel my kidney overgrowing.
Poncho, you do come down from the bone dust of this morning, and you feel like you want more. You feel down, you feel shitty, you feel like...
Oh, I don't, DM. Don't tell me how I feel because I split that bump into two.
That is... What? You split the bump into two, that doesn't make a difference here.
Oh, shit.
You're
Oh,
still
I'm-
affected by your first hit that you took from the night before.
Ooh.
And you feel like you want more in order to ease these feelings of shittiness. You hit like a wall and you feel so down and you feel like all that can make this better is bone dust.
Got any bone dust?
Are you asking Haggard?
Yeah, that's accurate.
He says, yeah, I got you. He takes out a vial from his inside of his leather jacket and pops it in front of you. He says, here, just take it. We got so much of that
thank
shit
you.
downstairs.
I'll cherish this. Hold it close to him and tuck it away in his little shirt. After doing a quick bump, real quick, just
Okay, make a con save.
18. He's getting better at this.
Nice. Yeah, you are getting better at this. I mean, not only at bumping it, at just like the feeling, it's not quite the same rush as that first high. You find yourself kind of wishing that it had been similar to that first hit. But regardless, you do feel up. You feel energized. You feel like you could take on the world.
What do I want to do with this newfound energy, though, on this tiny ship?
Figure
Just
says,
thinking.
take a look at the stars.
Let's see how close we can get. I'm gonna fly straight up.
Okay. You fly straight up into the night sky.
Like
Is that what
I'll
you're
give.
doing?
He'll do it for like 100 feet and then come down to look for the ship again.
Okay, make a perception check.
17.
You head up into the sky and it's relatively cloudy, so you're not seeing a lot of stars. You see the two moons. And really, as you get a higher vantage point on this, and you see the DayZee below you, this intimidating kind of rusted metal ship heading farther and farther into the ocean, you look for anything distinguishing around you, and all it is water and water and water.
I mean, it's nice looking, but I just
It's
don't wanna
nice
talk
and
to it.
peaceful, just the gentle rush of the waves.
Yeah, but I can't sit down. I'm gonna. He'll just kind of like let the wing kind of glide and carry him down. Look up as best as he can, kind of taking the sight as he'll make his way back to the ship after that. Like nice leisurely, just relaxing. Jugs are the best.
Coming back down, Hager says, "Yeah, trucks are awesome."
I'm sleeping, but somewhere my brain is like, no, he said it again. No, fuck.
Anything else you guys want to do before bed?
You said it's cloudy, right?
Yeah, it's a little cloudy. I mean, there's some breaks in the clouds, but pretty cloudy.
Okay. Now I'm gonna go down the hammocks and go to bed.
I'm assuming
gonna,
our mission is just
Sorry, good.
just quickly. I'm assuming our mission is to ensure just the correct sort of safe travel of the ship.
It's tough to say. Maybe make an insight check.
Yes.
I actually wanted to talk with Ulrich in a little bit.
Nat 20.
So.
Another nat 20.
Thomas is
Natural
rolling so
20s,
hot.
popping
God
up.
damn.
God, Thomas.
You get the idea, and you watch Captain Albert throughout the dinner, and you try to get the vibe on what's happening here. You get a few things. You get this is a job for her. She doesn't seem to really care about the semantics and the details of things. B, you get that you guys, most of you, were hired, or she wants you on the ship because of muscle and protection. There's some conversations around the table at dinner, some expectations of what they might run into in the red depth, and it's expected that that's what they're waiting for in terms of calling you guys to do some help. Other than that, it's mostly going to be just picking up slack.
Okay. Awesome. And no, I'm just chilling, continuing my picking up the bullets, really inspecting the Surakin steel ones. Maybe even pocketing one or two. Who knows?
Okay.
I'm not a fan of guns though. So probably see how many I get before I do anything like that.
It is tedious work, but it is something to do. You do expect that this is probably going to take you a week or at least 4 to 5 days to get through this whole barrel.
That's fine. I like the idea of it, to be honest. And yeah, that's me. I'm
Sounds
happy.
good.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and go over to find Ulrich at
find
some
him sorting
point
through
during the
bullets.
night. And try and is there other people around us?
In the stable, but
You're in the stable, so you're kind of tucked away a little bit, but you can hear people, pirates starting to kind of make their way down the stairs into the hammocks. Most people are kind of drunk or high.
Yeah. I'm just gonna kind of have a low tone conversation with Ulrich.
Okay.
You know, definitely not trying to hide that we're having a conversation, just trying to be, private.
A little more subtle, sure.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing? How's it feel being behind enemy lines, as it were?
I've adapted.
Yeah. What's your technique so far?
Mind-numbing, monotonous, manual labor. And you see him just sort of chuck it in the air and grab a few of the Surakin steel gumball.
I'm pretty dexterous. I'm gonna try and reach out and steal one out of the air. As you do that, just kind of like inspect it. Definitely menial, but something to focus on. I can understand that. You gonna anybody giving you shit? Anybody making your life any harder?
No.
All right. You can take care of yourself. The other night showed that for sure, but just want you to know that you don't necessarily. I'm here, you know? Yeah. You don't I'm sure you get this a lot. You understand this, but this isn't necessarily your crowd, and that can be lonely. When you don't have anybody you can rely on, it can be hard. I know what that's like. If you need something, you can just come talk to me, okay? Don't have to take me up on it. It's just there.
When you say this isn't really your crowd, it can be. I can imagine it can be lonely. Sort of almost like a sadistic grin just appears on Ulrich's face, as if to say, "Yeah." I am no stranger to solitude, but I appreciate your words, and I meant what I said at the dinner table. I'm keeping my eye on you all as well.
Fair enough. May I give Sunflower a pat? I'm asking. I don't want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course. Sure.
All right. And I'll just kind of give Sunflower a little pat. Nothing too aggressive, and just make my way. Next, I want to find Gwyn, if possible.
Gwyn is by her hammock?
I haven't gone to sleep yet. I just
kind of hanging out by the hammock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, where's Leo right now?
Where are you, Leo?
I mean, I'm probably finishing up the last game because I also wanted to do something after that.
Okay, I'll just finish doing what I need to do to go to bed, but I'm gonna seek out Leo first. But Sheev is coming to talk.
Yeah, I guess I'll kind of catch you because I'm gonna look for Leo as well. Actually, I have a couple of things I'm gonna do, so I'll kind of catch you. We're heading towards Leo, and I'll just
Sheev,
hey,
as you are heading over through this lower deck here and heading over to talk to Gwyn, you hear in your head, Dryden, I've gotten some word. The mage on Port Surak has some problems. Can you please send me an update? Please respond to this. You know immediately this is the sound of Matron Grey.
Yeah. I'll kind of think for a second. Not sure what he means by problems, but we got roped into a tough situation on the DayZee. Please advise.
There are several moments where you're kind of standing on this lower deck, and then you hear back, the pirate ship, the DayZee. Oh, Dryden. I'll take care of the mage. Stay alive. Should you need me, don't hesitate to contact.
I'll just put back. Found possible allies. Not sure I can trust them yet. We'll let you know when I know. Stay safe.
You don't hear a response after that.
Cool. And I will. Also, by the way, I totally know what out of character. I know what she was talking about as far as the mage problems. That was me in character lying about not knowing. So I don't know if you need me to roll deception roll or not, but
Sure.
I don't know.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right. Because I don't know what you want to do with that. Ooh, it's good. 23.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna look for Gwyn. Kind of maybe run into each other as we're walking up the stairs. You'll kind of see me like finishing that sentence, maybe mumbling to myself real quick, and then I'll kind of flag you down. Hey, where you headed?
I'm returning Leo's amulet.
All right. I actually had questions for you guys, so you mind if we have a little conversation?
Not at all. Tag along.
All right. I'll follow up. Look for Leo with Gwyn.
Yeah, and I just walk right up to Leo and ask him, like, I still have this thing. You want?
Yeah, we kind of did. Yeah, we kind of did this when you weren't here. That he said he took the amulet back from you, in the morning. Was that right?
At night, even before he went to bed.
Yeah, the night before he went to sleep.
Never mind.
Yeah, that's all right. It's just timing.
Yeah. But anyway, we're gonna have this conversation.
As I just approaching, he's just finishing up the game, and Starry is probably looking disappointed, while Jack is just juggling some coins in his hand.
Starry actually has made her way away, but you do see the human male Junie is still there. He's like got his head in his hands, like looking down at the table at the silver and the dice in front of him, looking a little bit introspective and like they're having an existential crisis.
Hey. You can try another game tomorrow, my friend. Maybe you will have better luck then.
Yeah. Another one tomorrow. Definitely gonna beat you then. And he kind of takes what he has and takes off.
Oh, hi. Hi.
Is this ship just full of people addicted to gambling or drugs? Is that what a pirate ship is like? I've never been on one before.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got that right, yeah.
I guess this is normal then. But speaking of that, what do you guys think we're here for? What do you really think we're supposed to be doing? Bless you. But what are we really supposed to be doing here, guys? Because I'm a little confused because we can't really sail except for you two, as far as like knowing what to do. I was able to just, I'm gonna whisper this part. I was able to just fuck around and do like no work today, and they didn't say anything about it. So why are we really here? If they really wanted us to do stuff, they could have done stuff to us. What do you think the end goal is here?
They're going to use us later. Obviously. We're going to fight somebody or steal something or...
Yeah, there's two parts to this, as she said. The first part is getting across the red depth, which is in and of itself is already dangerous enough. So there may be perils ahead on the open seas, where we'll probably have to fight. And then if we get to Grag, that's where the real shit's gonna start. We'll probably have to deliver something into the city. We're definitely gonna have to do something that none of us would like to do, but that's why I'm enjoying my time right now.
We are up shit creek without a paddle.
Right. Okay, that's about how I put it, but it's good to hear it from people who know. Do you think she means what she says when she says that when we're done with her business, she'll let us go on? Or are we going to have to make our own exit strategy?
It's never bad to have a plan B, but
I always have a plan B. I'm just wondering how seriously I should take it.
time will tell.
With Captain Albert and the DayZee, I'd say develop that plan D a bit. Plan B. But as far as I can tell, she's gonna use this, but I don't think she'll betray us outright if we've done everything she asked.
Okay. That's good to hear. Also, not my place necessarily, but Poncho came to me this morning and was talking about really feeling the need to get drugs and was asking me to get drugs for him. I think there may be some sort of problem there. Not really my issue. It's his own personal choice if he wants to become a drug addict, but it may affect things going forward. So I just want to let you guys know that's kind of where we're at with that.
I don't think that it's necessarily a choice that is feeling this urge, but
well, you can always just say no.
I'm gonna scoff and nod at you both and then leave.
I mean, you can maybe say no to a sniff of Bondust, but you can say no to a good dice game.
Oh, that's just for fun. Plus, we're gambling.
There's no harm in that at all.
I almost didn't feel any of the rush that I usually feel, Leo. There was not really enough on the table for me. But
so you need something. You need to have something on the line for it to be fun, eh?
Yeah. What's the point if I can just, I could have bought in 300 times with that amount of silver. So
I guess.
Anyway,
actually, and do you have any other plans this evening?
I had a thing or two I was going to get up to, but I could be convinced otherwise. What would you have in mind?
I may need you for something. I told you about earlier.
Oh yes. Yeah. I'll be down. Sure thing.
I'll go ask Valente.
Yeah, that's a good idea. But if that doesn't work out and you need something else, come talk to me.
And then I would like to head over and search out Valente, who's probably on top of the deck.
Did you go to bed, or are you finishing your tea? Where would Valente be right now? It's like later at night, 9 p.m.
I'll have made sure to have drank the entire peppermint tea, all of it. And I don't know how long that would take me compared to all of the other action. So if it doesn't take that long, I'd be heading downstairs towards my hammock and not fall asleep immediately, considering the events of the day, but head down below deck.
Yeah. By the time you catch up, Leo, Valente is definitely preparing for sleep from the hammock.
All right. Leo's gonna walk over to you, the coin still clanging in his hand, and he's quietly whistling a tune and seems to be in a good mood. Valente, how are you? Are you feeling better?
Much better, yes. That tea Gwyn brought me was godsend.
That is good to hear and very nice of her. I wanted to talk to you because I'm feeling lucky tonight, and I wanted to explore something with you. Maybe we could even get Shiv in on it.
Maybe we could get what?
Shiv in on it, on the thing.
Mm-hmm.
I thought you wanted to get lucky tonight.
So let me tell you what it's about. and there should maybe be a little bit
Yes,
more
please.
quiet. Maybe we should go somewhere a little more private for this.
Sure. I'll hear you out.
That is good. That's good. Come. And I'll probably find a quiet corner of the ship somewhere nearby.
Yeah,
So-
actually, if you're looking for a more quiet space, you can go down into the stores.
Yeah,
Crates
that's where I
around,
wanted to
kind
go
of
anyways.
slight rock of the ship. One torch to light up this whole space. Shadows everywhere.
Okay. Great. Okay, now that we're here, I had a look around the ship today, and I saw something sticking out. Something caught my eye, and something truly magical. There's a trapdoor down in the storage area that leads somewhere beneath, and I don't think that there's another deck down there, not an entire deck. And what's interesting is that this trapdoor is sealed magical, so whatever's beneath there seems to be important enough to protect it properly.
Aha. Okay.
Why you look so confused?
Yes. Never mind. It's fine. A trapdoor. So, what does it look like? Did you investigate it?
I did. It's. What did it look like? Clark.
What did the door look like?
Yes. What did the trapdoor look
It's
like?
like it's a hatch built into the floor, wood on top, and then there is a metal handle, and the metal handle is what is giving off that magical sense.
It looks like that.
Yeah, it's like a circular metal handle that theoretically, like, you pull it and it would just open up like that way, but it's obviously locked, magically locked.
I was talking to Chief earlier when you were spilling your guts out, and he said that he couldn't really help me with the magic part. He said that he could handle the lock, but not the magical protection. Maybe you could help with it.
Dispel magic to unlock something. Not really my type of activity, to be honest. I was a bit above that back in university, but I could break it, probably.
Wouldn't that like trigger something then? Magic, some sort of maybe an alarm, or maybe it's gonna hurt us or something.
Depending on the spell, probably, yes.
I mean, I'm very curious, and as I said before, my luck is running way tonight. So, what should we do? You wanna have a go at it?
Maybe
The trapdoor, I mean.
we should. Maybe we should get Shiv to help. I guess. Don't like admitting it, but he probably knows more about that specifically than I do.
Also, I have another idea. Can I check on the ground where the trapdoor is? Is around the trapdoor in the vicinity? Are there any floorboards that are kind of loose, where there's cracks in between the floorboards?
Make an investigation check.
Valente, could you help me look for this?
Yes.
Can I do with advantage?
Yes, you can.
Investigation or perception?
Investigation.
Okay. that's a natural 20. So that's
Nice.
21.
You kind of step on the floorboards, you test them out. There's a bit of give on them from just being constantly like wet. You don't find any that are loose, but you do kind of figure if you break through the floor, it would lead you to the spot that that the hatch leads to.
Maybe all I need for my magical thing that I want to do to work is a crack, like as the spell describes it, a crack that I could slip through. Maybe big enough to stick a dagger in.
Yes,
Or
there
a
are
thin
gaps
knife,
between the floorboards.
Awesome. Okay. I do have something that I can try to get us a look inside. Maybe I should do that first before. Could you shine a light from here? Maybe some of the light will slip through the cracks.
In theory, but we might get in very big trouble. Let me check. I don't have anything that wouldn't be very fatal as a light source.
Okay, maybe you could just get Sheaf and then bring a lantern also.
I'll get Sheaf.
Okay.
You go up and get Sheaf.
Yeah. Hey, what's up? What can I do for you? Feeling any better?
Yes, thank you. The peppermint tea was great. I need your help.
Interesting. Okay.
Let's just skip over that part.
All right, fine.
Thank you. Leo is looking for something, and we need your help to open it. And we also need a torch.
A torch? Okay. Do you need a torch, or do you need light mimicking a torch?
Light.
Okay, that I can do. Show me the way.
You guys head down to the stores, theoretically the lowest of low decks. All these crates and barrels around, and the one torch lighting it.
Can I say that I would like to try and be a bit sneaky heading down here?
Okay, roll stealth.
22.
Okay.
19 plus 3 for a 22.
You feel pretty confident that you were quite quiet on your way down.
Okay, cool. Hey, Leo, what's up? What can I do for you?
Hey, Chief, great that you're here. You can give me some light?
All right. Sure. Where do you want it?
Could you maybe direct it through the boards beneath?
Sure. So I have dancing lights, and so I'm going to kind of put together. Actually, in my component pouch, I have some glowworms essentially, and I'm going to kind of toss them up into the air, like 4 of them, and then I'm going to snap my fingers, and they light into orange-ish kind of light in the 4 little globes, and I'll hover one of them to where Leo wants me to put them.
Yeah, it's just 4 points within range. It doesn't need to be a place you can see, so you can literally put them under the floorboards if that's what you want to do. Okay, sounds good. You got these orange.
That is a neat trick.
Kind of pops up, and you can see through the floorboards just the scattering of orange light from underneath.
Okay, guys, I may not be able to open this hatch, but I'm gonna get inside there. And I can't take stuff out, but I can find out what's in there.
All right. What do you need from us besides this light? Do you need the light in there still, or what?
You just keep up the light until I return, and Valente, you can maybe be the lookout.
I sure will.
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Go team! And then Leo's gonna just fall back as he's standing, kind of dropping to the floor, and as his back would crack against the floorboards, he becomes just a dark, shadowy shape on the ground.
Okay. What are you casting here?
Shadow slip.
Can you put it in the chat?
It's not in Foundry.
Oh,
I can
okay.
send it to
Can
you
you send
again
it to
if you
me?
want.
Yeah.
Dirty homebrew enjoyer. Dirty homebrew enjoyer.
I didn't homebrew it.
Unbelievable. No one's ever played homebrew content in Sparky's game
No,
before.
So I can-
not in Rukos.
I am basically a two-dimensional cartoon shadow. I can slip through cracks. I can't interact with
Right.
objects though.
Okay, sounds good. As you drop through the floor and you kind of Sheev, make a perception check, and all of you roll stealth checks. Leo, you have the +10 to this.
Yes. Awesome.
Can I keep my 22 from earlier? No, if not, it's
No.
fine. All right, I'll try to.
That's a 6.
I have bad news, fellas. That's a natural 1 for your boy.
Oh,
I mean,
boy.
maybe I don't think I'm gonna be able to cancel that out, but just for the record, I've got a 32.
Holy Jesus Christ.
Wow. Okay. So sorry, a 32, a 6, and a natural 1.
Hey,
Damn,
I
this is
wanted
I'm
to
gone.
keep. I wanted
What
to
the
keep my 22 from earlier.
Uh,
It's all right. I have a way out, but
Wow. Okay. The whole results of this is just all right.
is that also a nat? Is that also a nat 1?
Yes. You rolled that
All right,
one
we're
on
good. We're good.
perception, so,
We're good.
yeah.
We're okay. We're okay.
Yeah.
We're good.
Did you also roll a perception check, Chief?
No, I will roll that. I'm bad at that,
Yeah.
but we'll see. Broken clocks right twice a day. A 7 minus 1 for a 6 is not right though.
Actually, yeah, it's okay for this. Because it's quite evident. You are watching Leo fall through the floor, and you watch as he turns to shadow and slips through the wood. And in the briefest second, you see that face. You see it in the shadow. That face that you've always seen in your nightmares. And then it goes away.
Excuse me?
Leo.
I dropped dancing lights because I immediately start having like a panic attack.
Leo, you drop down into this bottom
yeah.
place completely in
What?
darkness.
I'll like kind of regain and then like slowly like that's a thing, and turn him back on again.
Okay. You just take a moment and you wonder for a moment if what you actually saw was real, if it was a trick of your mind or what. But you turn those dancing lights back on. Leo, from below, it's like almost like a crawl space. It's like half the size of the regular decks. You see several things. You see piles of gold down here. You also see several bags, like sacks. You see also a chest in one corner.
Is it a decorated chest with ornaments and stuff?
It's like
or?
pretty simple. It's like maroon with a silver lining. It has a lock on the front. It's not like super ornate or anything like that.
Okay. So, okay, piles of gold, some sacks, and the big chest. And the space isn't that big, probably.
No, it's not super big. Like you think to yourself, is like dropping through the floor here. You are lucky that you hit it where you hit it, rolling a natural 20, and that you are right in this space here. You are like surrounded by stuff as you're in here. It's quite cramped.
Okay. If I get the feeling that I've seen everything, then I'm gonna slip right back out.
Sounds good. Lindsay and Sheev, you see Leo just come back up through the floor.
Yeah, I am going to, as this happens, drop the dancing lights and just like kind of stare at Leo, just like for like a solid like 10 to 15 seconds. Do I see the face again?
You stare, look. You don't see the face.
All right. Okay.
Okay. So Leo's shadow crawls out of the space, and you can basically just see him pantomime because he can speak in that form. And then he puts his hand to his chin, and then he continues onwards while the spell is still active. And this just he moves along the wall of the ship, just walking two-dimensionally in the wall, basically. Just the shadow creeping along. He's gone somewhere.
This creepy, shadowy form crawling through the ship walls, through the ship floors. It seems like most people have gone to sleep at this point. Captain Albert is still awake. And as you move your way through the ship, she is sitting at the dining room table by herself, smoking and drinking still.
Perfect. So she's not in her chambers. Okay, let's have a look then.
You're gonna have a look where? At her
I'm
quarters?
I'm gonna try to do the exact same thing.
As this is happening, I'm gonna kind of just have a little bit of a moment and just like bid Belanthe good night, like very quickly and hurriedly, like I am not even trying to hide it, like I'm freaked out, and then go to bed and think about my life.
Yeah, you can see she
while this is happening.
Disturbed, perturbed.
I'd like to follow you. Just not necessarily talking, but I'd like to follow you and just keep an eye out.
So good.
Kind of help escort Sheev to his hammock. Leo, you enter Captain Albert's quarters.
Can I get in there?
How long does the shadow slip last?
10 minutes.
10 minutes. See.
Sparky is calculating the universe's time right now, man. I'm just looking at Sparky, pulling out the calculator, just tapping away at the phone screen, trying to figure this out because you want to.
Calculating.
Yeah, let me just plot the time for the next 6 months of the session game.
Yeah, I mean, you can get in there if you want to get in there.
Yes, I do.
Okay. You easily can slip through the walls. Inside Captain Albert's room, there is a large bed, a queen-size bed, which seems large for a ship. It takes up a lot of space in here. And like these luxurious-looking blankets and sheets, but the bed is unmade. You see there is a small desk with a chair. On the desk, there are several ledgers talking about amounts of drugs and amounts of money for the drugs, shipments. And as you're looking through these papers, you immediately see something familiar to you. You see the name of the Dawsons on this ledger. You see something a little out of place, and it is a golden goblet on the corner of the desk. Looks like it's made from thick gold with some engravings on the outsides of it. of what appear to be Shinrin-yoku.
So it's the goblet is a physical object on the desk.
Yeah, it's on the corner of the desk.
And it's
the Holy
decorated
Grail, yes.
with symbology of Shinrin-yoku.
Yeah, it looks to be this engravings of nature around the outside, and what you know is the form of Shinrin-yoku, this 9-tailed fox wrapping around, engraved in the gold.
Interesting. Okay, I'm just gonna have a look at under the bed, and if I can't, because I can't physically interact with anything. I'm just gonna take in everything I can see and then head out.
Make an investigation check and also make a stealth check.
Okay, I'm gonna do a stealth check. That's a 29, and then an investigation check. That's a 12 on investigation.
Okay. You kind of slip through some of the things in this room. You slip underneath the bed, full of dust. You slip through like what appears to be a small closet. There's all sorts of these like negligees and robes and stuff with feathers and fur and leather. That's all you find.
All right. That's already pretty useful. And then I'm gonna slip out through the cracks again, and
yeah, as you slip out, you can feel this spell is kind of about to come to an end. You kind of feel yourself kind of flicking back into your regular solid form.
Yeah. Then I'll go. I look for the nearest like box or chest that I can duck behind and then plop out, basically.
Kind of drop down to where the hammocks are, and you tuck behind one of those, and you come back out as real Leo rather than Shadow Leo.
Awesome. Then I'm just gonna brush myself off and head down to the hammocks where the others are giddy about the found information.
Anybody else want to do anything before sleeping?
No, I'm still keeping to myself. Head down.
I am not going to sleep. I cannot sleep based on what I saw. I will take the exhaustion point.
That's good.
I'm sorry, I guess.
No, it's okay. It's all good.
Sorry. Okay. You guys all head to bed. Poncho, can you make a con save for me, please?
Alright, so where I roll like really good, right?
Yeah.
That's where I roll like a natural 20 right now.
Manifest
I know.
it. Oh my god! You manifested it!
I told you we fail upwards here.
Wow, the natural 20s in this session. You like feel yourself come down from the last hit of bone dust, and as you kind of are preparing for bed, you start to feel a little bit more like yourself. You start to feel a little bit less dependent on bone dust. You don't feel like you need it right now to ease your feelings.
Let's go.
And you all go to sleep.
I'm every day, by the way, I'm noting down something in my inventory. I'll message you about in a second.
Okay, sounds good. You guys wake up the next morning. This time you guys kind of wake up a little bit more around the same time as the crew. And Valente, will you roll a d10? Ulrich, will
I
you
miss
roll
rolling
a
d10s for the weather. I missed it.
You even found out your goose is cooked.
That's a 3.
Monsoon season. Okay. Oh, okay, it's a 3. As you guys wake up this morning, the rain has stopped. You guys did sail through the night, and it is a relatively clearer day today, but quite humid, sticky. You guys get up, and it's a very similar vibe to the previous day. The crew is up and kind of working. Several of them are doing drugs from the moment that they wake up. They take bumps and they smell potweed as soon as the eyes are open.
Potweed.
Yeah, potweed. Like Lord of the Rings.
I thought that was pipeweed.
Sorry. Potweed is what we're calling it here, but pipeweed is, yeah, you're right, Lord of the Rings. Yeah.
Potweed.
It is potweed, is
On
what
the
they call it.
nose.
That's what pirates call it here.
Okay, fair enough.
I couldn't really think of an innovative name.
Pike is
I like
weed.
potweed. I like potweed a lot.
I like potweed. It was just funny. It's all good.
Potweed. These are pirates. They're simple. You guys are served
Drug addict.
a
Gross.
little bit of a breakfast from who Gwen now knows as Amadriel. You guys set out in this day. Anything you guys want to do?
I think in Ulrich's mind, he's just trying to what he thinks is going to happen. He's going to complete the mission, dock, and then he wants to ask questions, and then he'll sort of do things once we've docked. But no, I'll be keeping my head down.
Through it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm kind of not having seen what I saw yesterday. I'm going to sit on it, and I'm going to actually. Is there another menial task like sorting bullets that I could get myself into?
Would you like to ask Haggard?
Yes, I would like to ask Haggard.
Haggard's like, yeah, I get all sorts of menial tasks. Madriel probably would need help with cooking, or you could braid some rope. I always need more braided rope.
Yeah, something that gives me time to think and I don't have to talk to anybody.
He kind of goes down to the stores with you and shows you where there's some rope that you can braid, like a thinner rope that he wants braided.
I am going to do that.
Sounds good. Ulrich sorts some bullets.
Mm-hmm.
Sheev braids some rope.
I would like to talk to Poncho when he wakes up.
Okay.
Poncho's feeling good, so I think he'll wake up nice and early today and kind of just very lazily move around the ship, avoiding work himself. Not really wanting to do anything too hectic.
Hey.
Oh, sorry.
Then you can go first if you want.
I was just gonna say that same as yesterday, Gwen is gonna just I assume Haggard is still yelling things that need to get done.
He's given some directions, yep.
Okay, so I just wait for him to give me something to do.
Okay. He
If
puts
he's like yelling at the crow.
He puts you on nest duty again.
Okay.
You can make perception check.
Okay.
Okay.
22.
It's a clearer day. You get a better view of the ocean and just this vast amount of sea around you. You know from your experience that you guys are probably another 2 days out from maybe another day or two from the red depth, or from the edge of the red depth, where things are going to start getting a little bit more serious. Leo, you said you wanted to talk to Poncho?
Yes. I'm going to approach him probably before noon, or pretty early in the morning, actually, and I'm going to say, hey, little guy, I've got a proposition for you, because I know something.
Go on.
I know something that's related to your deity that you are interested in. Shinrin-yoku.
Did I stutter? I said go on.
I want to give you this information, and I will, but you'll have to promise me something in return.
Go on.
None of the white stuff today?
Okay. It's a good weekend anyway. I'm good.
I'll be watching you throughout the day, and then this evening I will tell you something.
And I'll
Something
watch
relating
poke him back.
to Shinrin-yoku. And to make it a little more spicy even, I saw it in the captain's quarters. How I got in there, that's up to your imagination.
You have me intrigued. All right. I'll see you this evening. It better be good.
It's good.
Well-
Valente, what about yourself? What are you doing in this morning?
I'll be looking
frozen.
for.
Look like you're very contemplative, but I
damn.
think you're just frozen.
I probably am. I don't want to turn my camera off so it doesn't mess everything up. So
You can turn it off.
I'll
and turn
just
it
be
back on
frozen.
again.
It's fine. I'll try that.
It's just the prolonged thing that messes up the UI.
Yeah, exactly.
Mason wants to be a guest star today, so this is my animal companion. I now summon. I'll use my wild shape. Cast Find Familiar. I summon Chihuahua.
Oh no.
Summon Chihuahua.
We've just lost everyone.
Okay. Just, can she hear us still? Liv?
Yes.
I don't.
Okay, so just,
Yes, I'm here.
we just lost your video, that's okay. So what do you want to do in this morning?
So I'll be looking for jobs that don't require me to be outside. So anything that Haggard can give me that's below deck at a desk, maybe. Just anything easy.
Okay. He sets you up at the dining room table and has you scrape off resin from the table. Resin from tobacco and drugs and various things that
Great.
build up. It's not glamorous work, but you can take your time with it and kind of scrap off some of the stuff. Sounds good.
Okay, well, I'll do that.
So if you guys are okay with it, we'll kind of montage a little.
How many days, DM? I need to know her purposes.
Well, we'll go to the end of this day. This day goes by with relative little incidents. You guys travel across the seas. It's open seas for the most part. You really don't have a lot of issues. It's calm. It's not super windy. It's not raining, but it is humid. You guys do find yourselves sweating quite a bit, especially if you're working in the lower decks. Like Sheev, you find yourself just like pouring. But you guys get to the end of this day. The sun starts to go down. Is there anything you guys want to do?
No, I'm okay.
Leo, did you want to talk to Poncho?
Yeah. If I'm sure that he would behaved during the day.
Poncho, do you do any bone dust?
No, he wants to know if it's related to Shinrin.
Starry does approach you throughout the day, and she says, "Hey, special homebrew, little bone dust, huh?"
I'm afraid I can't. I made a promise not to today.
Ugh. Okay, fine. You guys are no fun, you know? You guys come on the ship and you gives you a chance to, get fucked up. And you guys would rather sit in a hammock.
It's somewhere in the bottom of the deck, Sheev just yells drugs are bad to no one in particular.
It's roughly a 2-party, 1 day off kind of fiasco. It's 2 days. Now it's my day off, and then 2 days you party, and then 2 days you're off.
Oh, I got ya. Okay, you're more of a weekends guy. All right, well, I'll ask you tomorrow. You managed to resist the pull of bone dust.
I blame that nat 20 for this helping. Can you stop, Mason? My desk is not for you.
So, when we're in the evening, when the sun goes down, it seems that you stayed clear today, and now I can tell you this. In the captain's quarters, on the desk of Captain Albert, there's a goblet, a golden goblet. It seems to be quite the intricate piece, and it is decorated on the sides with imagery of nature and clearly is related to your goddess Shinrin-yoku. If you want me to have a look tonight, I can do so. I can see if it is magical.
That would be helpful, but you just described like a bowl to me. You realize this, right?
A goblet. I don't know if these are if objects like these are widespread, and maybe it is a magical object, then it would be more interesting to you.
That is true. Either case, we'll need to investigate it tonight. Help out where I can. When do you want to go? Are we gonna take anyone else, or just me and you?
I think you and me sounds good. I can get in there myself, then I can have a look, and then I can get out, and that's all that I'm gonna be able to do for the night.
Okay. I'll be waiting. I'll wait by the door and just give me the signal, and I'll run
You'll run where?
away, and then you run away, and then we both reconvene.
I guess sure. So what I would like to do is kind of try the same thing like last night. I want to shadow slip my 1 time per day free in there, then in there drop my concentration, activate my Eldritch Sight to have a look around, and then when I had the look around, because I can also do the Eldritch Sight for free, use my first spell slot to cast Detect Evil and Good and see if anything comes up in her office, and then with my remaining spell slot, cast Shadow Slip again to get out.
Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna maybe need you to run through that one more time.
Sure.
Like step 1, step 2.
Step 1, cast Shadow Slip, get inside.
Okay.
Step 2, drop concentration on the Shadow Slip, become corporeal. Right. And
I see. And then you're gonna cast Eldritch Sight and then Shadow Slip to get back up. Okay, roll a stealth check.
Both
Poncho,
and
where are you at while this is happening?
I'm waiting nearby. I'm hiding like up in the rafters on the ship.
Okay, roll a stealth check as well, please.
You know what? I'm gonna do this the better way. I'm gonna turn into a spoder to be inconspicuous. I'm still gonna roll though.
That's a mere 19 on stealth, but still a 19.
I rolled a 7, but I am also a spider. So unless they notice a spider and be like, I'm like, murder that spider.
Okay. Leo, where are you setting up to do this?
I can move depending on. First of all, I would make sure that Captain Abbott is not in her rooms at this time, of course. So if I see her,
she's at the dinner table.
Yeah. And then I would probably choose a spot near the entrance to her room, like near the door, but where there's not a lot of people in between.
Okay. You kind of tuck off to where the cannons are, and Poncho above you in the rafters is a spider. And you make yourself into this shadowy form. And as you make your way towards the captain's quarters, Captain Albert appears almost suddenly at the loft. Dragon eye lit up with gold. Flicks to where Poncho is. Flicks to you. And she says, after all my hospitality and understanding, you still are insistent on going behind my back. Are you sure you're not a pirate?
I'm just gonna drop the form if she knows the jig is up and kind of just look at her and say, that thing, that goblet thing, right? It has the symbol of the forest. What do you know about Shinrin-yoku? I'm pointing at her the whole time too, uncomfortably close.
Oh, so this is not the first time, is it? She looks at your shadowy form, Leo, and she says, "Drop
I'm staying in the
your
fall for
magic."
a moment. Okay, if she says it, then I'll drop it. And I'll come out apologetically. I'm sorry, I mean, you can fault us for being curious.
Oh, I can.
We didn't do anything, we didn't touch anything even.
I didn't go in the room.
Yet you know
I
exactly
did
what sits
go in
on
the
my
room.
desk.
I talked to the spiders in your room. I
I'm
mean,
sure they would have not much to tell you. I brought you onto this ship because I needed additional crew, additional hands, additional weaponry. If you step out of line again, I will toss you into the ocean and not look back. And I will be watching you much closer. And Leo, she steps right up to you. I am not to be trifled with, and neither are the items in my possession.
Fair. Fair. Understood. Have a good night. And then I would like to turn and go away.
She mutters something, and I want to know what your guys' languages are.
Not draconic.
Not draconic?
Common Orcish and primordial.
I have common, draconic, elvish, sylvan, and druidic.
Okay, so Poncho, you catch this. Her speaking in draconic, and she says, I should have retired when I had the chance.
I'm gonna respond to draconic. Why didn't you when you had the chance, out of curiosity?
She kind of goes towards her door to her quarters and puts a hand up and looks over her shoulder. She says, money. And she opens her quarters and she slams the door behind her to the point where all of you on the ship hear this door slam.
You know what? I'll slide a single silver coin under her door and walk away.
Okay, sounds good.
As a peace offering, it's like a couple coins.
That's actually a third of my fiscal value right now.
Take this for your trouble.
Just slink away into the darkness. I'll go give you. I'm glaring at you. I'm getting glares from me the whole time, like death glares. He slinks off.
From me? Yeah, I mean me from you?
Yeah, you're getting death glares.
What are you angry at me for? I just tried to present you with something interesting for you.
You didn't tell me it wasn't yours.
I said it's in her chambers. Whose did you think it was?
It doesn't mean it's hers. It's in her chambers.
I mean, it's probably not. I mean, it's probably in her possession right now, but I presume that it didn't always belong to her.
See? Now we're getting somewhere. Now you're thinking the right way, and walk away.
You guys have a little bit of a whisper fight confrontation as you head down the stairs.
Why are you on top of my arm? Go.
Does anybody else want to do anything before bed here?
Yeah, is Valenthe around? Valenthe?
I'd probably be around the sleeping area, having come back from the below decks, so yeah.
Okay. I would just go over to Valenthe and say that not sure if you've met her yet, but Madriel in the kitchen has more tea if you need it.
Thank you very much. I'm most grateful for your help yesterday. It changed my entire day. Well, thank you.
I've been there before. Good night. And I walk away.
Good night.
Sounds good. You want to get tea?
Can I roll for this? Like a constitution roll or?
Yeah. Con save to see how sick you're feeling. I'll say if you feel like your character would be a seasick, you can also roll a con save. Yeah. You feel a bit better today, but overall there is still seasickness. Okay. You head to the dining room. It's quite quiet now because Captain Albert is not here. You head past the table into this small kitchen where there is this elf woman, blonde. She looks at you. Oh, hello.
Good evening. I come here from the. No, sorry. I come here from. I can't remember my grammar. I've been sent here by Gwyn, who asked you for tea yesterday on my behalf.
Oh, yes, the redhead.
Yes. I was wondering if I could have some more.
Oh, of course, I can make you some more tea. I must, forgive me for being a bit curious, but, a high elf of your standard on this ship, I can't help but question it a bit. She starts to make the tea.
Yes, I question it too. It's a convoluted story. It's hard to remember now how I even got here, but things just naturally unfolded, I suppose. Wasn't quite the plan, that's for sure.
I felt that same way. Perhaps 100 years ago now. It's, it gets better, I suppose, over time.
I'm glad to know that. Gives me hope.
Where do you come from?
Acapulco.
Ah. And there is an Ingnasian with your group, is that right?
Yes. Haven't known him for long, though. Can't tell you much about him.
Does he seem, at the very least, receptive to some questions?
Depends from who. Maybe some questions? I couldn't guarantee anything.
Would you tell him to come see me, perhaps at breakfast tomorrow?
Certainly.
Thank you. She kind of prepares some mint leaves, boils some water, makes you a fresh cup of tea, passes it to you in this stone cup. Says, there you are, dear.
Thank you so much. And
May
I'll
your
drink
stomach
it
be settled.
slowly.
Sounds good. You kind of take this tea with you and you sip. And eventually you guys all find some rest on this day. And over the next couple of days, you guys find some routine, I guess, on the ship. And I will have you guys roll some things for me here.
Quick question: how many days exactly? It's
2
important
days.
for. Okay, so it's 2 pieces of coal and 2
And then,
cupcakes.
real quick question: can I attempt to make contact again?
Yep.
And I would just ask any tips for potentially crossing the red depth.
Don't.
All again. Like,
How are you reaching out?
That was my question, because she said I know how to, but I'm also on a ship in the middle of nowhere. So that was my question too.
You don't
Was-
have sending.
She said
at
that
this point, right?
Yeah, she said that I knew how, but I'm like, I don't know how right now.
She didn't say that you knew how. She said reach out if you need to.
Okay, gotcha. I misheard then. Okay.
Theoretically,
yeah.
you could try to find someone who would know how.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna try and do. Maybe can I spend like a day, like doing like looking around to find anybody, who might be of the
Make
mindset.
An investigation check.
Okay. 12 plus. Hold, please. 4, 16.
You you try to figure out how to connect with your organization being where you are. You think about the symbol and you kind of figure out if anybody's familiar with this symbol.
Yeah.
You see if there's any like glances of recognition. And you do find someone who seems to watch you, follow you, tail you, show some recognition in this symbol, and it is Junie,
I make that tail
human
almost
male,
immediately.
the human male who was gambling with you guys.
Gotcha. Okay. I'll kind of nod and give him an acknowledging nod, and then just kind of like tell him like wait, and I'll wait a day, and then talk to him the next day, and have the conversation with him. Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of approach him and try and oh, sorry, go ahead.
Nope, that sounds good.
Okay,
So
cool.
for the purposes of montage, you guys, you have another buffer day here, where it's kind of same old shit. You have Haggard assigning some things. We got some bullets. We got some braiding rope. We've got some looking out over the sea. It does rain again. The ship in general is just like soaking wet. You find it very difficult to sleep in these hammocks that have a bit of wetness to them. Actually, Ulrich, you are the only one who's semi-dry with the hay and being in the stables. And you guys start to, other than Sheev, you guys start to lose a little bit of track of time, of days, of hours. It seems like things are dragging on and also going quickly at the same time. It's just nothing but sea and water around you. For Gwyn and Leo, you're a bit more familiar with this. For Pancho and Valente and Ulrich, it's like you're wondering how and why people do this for a living. And you guys wake up on what would be the 4th day, and I'm gonna have
I just want to be known over these days. I'm trying to get in the captain's good graces again. I'm just going around the ship trying to make as much coin as I can, doing little odd jobs and shit. Trying to sell cupcakes, berries, selling the coal. I'll try to sell the coal too.
Sounds good.
Then I'll slide the coins into the captain's door. Of anything I sold, just
Leo, will you roll a d10? When will you roll a d10?
1.
Sparky.
Yeah.
I just wanted to say I will tell Ulrich that Amadriel wants to see him and ask questions.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Valente, will you roll a d6?
It's a 5.
Okay. Sounds good.
When there's a good moment, when everyone else is finished, I'll go and talk to her.
Okay. You head out on what you think is the 4th, possibly the 5th day. Pretty sure it's the 4th day. You head out to talk to Amadriel. She's cooking breakfast, got some sausages on the go, and she looks up as you come in, and she immediately straightens up and bows her head.
What time of day is it?
It's the morning.
Okay. Morning, Mom. And I'll sort of stand up quite straight. I told you, requested my presents.
I did. I had a question for you. You are from Ingnasia. I mean, I can tell.
And I'll nod.
Have you been, to Zagao anytime in recent weeks, months?
Months? Very maybe. This is out of game.
Very maybe.
Recently. No.
All right then. I'm happy to see another Ingnasian aboard.
Do you hail from Zagao?
I do. Many, many years ago. I've been on this ship since its incorporation, if you will. But I have family there that I haven't heard from in a long time.
Well, and he sort of pauses, looks up and down. It is good to see another from homeland, but saddens me to see you fold this lifestyle. That being said, I can get a message to Zagao, should you wish. I have connections.
That would be very helpful, thank you. My family are the Ebriuses.
Would that name ring a bell to me?
You can make a history check.
History check? Yep. 12.
Not familiar to you.
Okay.
She says, I will certainly write, I will write a letter and, you can open it, it's not secret, and pass on the information. It's not a lifestyle, it's a job. And I always wanted to cook. And when I started aboard the DayZee, it was not exactly what it is now. I will say Captain Albert is very different than previous captain.
We all have our faults and grace. Well, I would hope that you would see the righteous path again soon. A station of this does not befit a woman of Ingnasia. Do write your letter. I'd be happy to help. Did you have any other questions of me?
Many. The state of the war.
Positive.
Glad to
We
hear
are making ground. Do I remember, was it Oritgau, which we've recently made moves in.
Yes, Oetgau is very
Mhm.
close to falling, was the last update you had from the Empire.
Yes, I'll relay everything I received in the update I got just before I left.
Really? Such power Ingnasia holds now. Again, was not like this for so many years. I am happy to be aboard the DayZee on most days, to be honest. I would not involve myself in the violence of what you do. Not that there's anything wrong. Every war needs soldiers and knights. It's just not something that I wanted for myself.
And every pirate ship needs a cook.
Indeed. Yes, they do. And she kind of flips some of the sausages. And it is clear that she is like very experienced in the kitchen. And all of the food that you guys have, though it has been less than like, hasn't looked very good, it's been very tasty. She kind of nods to you and she says, I will get you that letter.
Could I have a bit more meat in my stew going forward, please?
Sure.
That's okay.
And she takes she like stabs a fork into one of the sausages and she puts it into a piece of cloth and wraps it up. She passes it to you.
Aww.
For the road.
You are most kind. And sort of does a weird sort of awkward bow. May the light of Rhybohr shine on you. I dare say we'll need it given where we're going.
Indeed we will.
I will stop by again, check up on that letter later on. Have a good day. And he'll sort of again
I'm sorry,
weirdly bow.
What was your name?
And he'll do sort of a military sort of not no salute, but just sort of stand to attention. Ulrich von Pask, my lady. And then
there is like a point where you see like a little bit of recognition pass her face. You kind of bow back up. You kind of hit some of the pots and pans behind you as you go out, clanging against your armor. And you go on your merry way. And you guys, as you set up for this day, and it's still relatively early, the ship, you guys know that you are coming closer to the red depth. The waters start to get a bit more tumultuous. The winds pick up. The weather becomes much more inconsistent. You're having waves of rain and then the rain completely stopping and then waves of rain completely stopping. And early morning on this day, the ship, the DayZee, comes to a complete stop. The wind stops. And there is almost like a wave of pressure in your ears. And
it's like that one time I flew into the stratosphere by accident.
God, I hate when that happens. So tragic.
And you hear from the top of the deck, you hear Haggard's voice, and you hear shit, and then you hear Wind Eater, and that is where we're going to end our session.
Wind Eater.
Oh, Wind Eater.
I no longer have to go to the store. I'll go tomorrow.
No, we're going to end it there.
Oh shit! I didn't do my. I forgot to fucking.
Wind Eater.
Okay, Can I be like kind of like annoying and react to them saying Wind Eater?
What do you
Real
want to?
quick.
Depends on what you want to do. What do you want to do?
I want to cast Gift of Alacrity on myself.
We'll go through it before, in next
Yeah.
session. We'll make sure,
Yeah.
if there's anything you want to do, but
Yeah. Okay.
you will have time to cast it if you need to.
Oh, okay, cool, sweet. That's what I was concerned about. Awesome.
I did get in. I'm saying a prayer to Rhybohr.
Yes, I
before
saw
the
that.
whole Wind Eater
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So make a
And I
religion
probably-
check.
Yes. I probably because
Wind
it's something I
Eater.
don't mention and something I don't mention enough.
Okay.
Toby, you've been
18.
killing it
Good to
today.
know.
That
Yeah.
meme about the drugs was hilarious, Toby.
It's really good.
It was really good.
All
Gave me a
right.
genuine
Wow.
laugh.
Poncho just
Okay.
had the party weekend.
I'm glad that we're where we are now. This is. Oh, we got 2 more followers this stream.
Hey yo.
Nice. Hey yo. The Alajo Cass and Shadow Wolf Gaming 619.
Shadow Wolf
Shadow
Gaming
Wolf.
Pretty
619.
sweet.
Big
Would
up
you be
Shadow Wolf.
would that person be from the 619? San Diego, California, 619?
I'm cringing, Jack. I'm
Dude,
going to the
what's
store.
their
You're making
IP
me cringe,
address?
Jack.
What's your IP address?
No.
Let's find you.
No, that's just I lived in San Diego for a year. I know that the force flew to the area. It's okay.
I'm gonna end this stream though. Goodbye, stream.
Later,
What?
Goodbye,
stream.
stream.
Bye.